gonna make a gif of it.
Hello, everybody.
Woo!
Welcome back to Icosacast. This is episode 7 now. Our weekly D&D streaming fun. Last time, the party burnt down a building in the town of Golonin. And then they got bitten by some worms. And then they ran away to a new town where they met some people. And they had dinner and some drinks and played backgammon. That's about it, right?
Yeah.
Did I get it all? Alright.
We also got the magical item identified.
You did, yeah. So one of the big things is you got a magical item called the Bard's Nose Rag. Yes, it's literally a dirty hanky that, if wiped on a blade, becomes a +1 magical weapon for the remainder of the day, and it can be used once per day.
Does it leave an oily residue on the weapon?
You haven't checked that yet, but once we get in, if Tanaki wants to do an investigation check, a taste check for the oily residue. So, yeah, last time the party, they went to what appeared to be some sort of, like, elderly folk speakeasy in this new town of Falendar, right? They were brought there by a young child who showed them this place. They offered a goat, the meat of a goat, and in exchange had really an entire day's worth of eating and drinking. That's where we left off. I think we left off with you guys just walking out of that at the end of the day. Probably everyone inebriated, except Tanaki, who does not partake.
And me.
And Bree. It is probably past sundown at this point, right? It's dark. There's no people around, right? It's not super late. The mostly tiefling population mixed with some halflings, particularly coming in from the fields surrounding the town where they've been farming. And there you are, kind of just moseying a little, looking around, as nothing but torchlight on disparate doors lights your path. What do you do?
We need somewhere to stay for the night. We should go back to that.
Lead the way. You know what you're doing.
Do I?
I hope so. Because I don't.
Oh, I forgot they were all drinking. Alright, let's go, everybody!
Let's go, Techie.
Cattle.
Let's go.
Are you okay?
Let's go,
think
Tic
it's
Tac.
that way.
No, you're
Going
wrong.
back the way we came.
You're always wrong.
Okay.
Nope. I will not let them lead.
Follow Tic Tac.
I will lead to the inn that we were at.
Alright, does Tanaki remember where it is?
Yes, it's
All
right out by the Kaifen.
Perfect.
2 doors away from the Agar's house. Like
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yep. Right there, and as you go back, you can just make out with the bit of light that's around, right? You definitely notice some patches on the roof as it was being repaired earlier. It does seem to be open. There are people in there, laughter and joking, and some song, actually. You hear an instrument playing and a singer, though at this distance you can't quite make out what it is that they're singing. They do seem to be playing some sort of string instrument, and y'all going?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's stumble.
I'm gonna join in on my fiddle.
No.
Yeah, you all walk through the center of town in that big circle that surrounds the Kaifen, the large, tall bell tower in the center. You walk again past the Agha's house. That seems there's some lights, candles lit somewhere in the upstairs windows, but it doesn't seem to be terribly busy there. But you walk down to this tavern or bar. there's no signage outside that will let you know what it was, but it's pretty obvious when you walk in, right? It's pretty large, which is so. This is a larger tavern inn area than you are used to in what is the smallest town you've been in, right? So they're ready to party. As you walk in, it is rather loud. There are a few gnomes, 3 of them together, sitting at a table, seem to be arguing about something.
Are they the ones? Hey,
Mongoose, and no.
are any of them the guy that you're looking for?
I don't know.
You should ask.
I hope Body doesn't.
No,
do that
the
or
last
try
time we
You should ask.
talked to gnomes that were arguing, we ended up killing one.
I mean, there's 3 of them, so
So there's 3 for Body to kill.
to- But there's no
Certainly
soup
shouldn't
around. It'll be okay.
say
Um,
that out loud. That seems a little much.
There are a good amount of halflings here. Actually, there's more halflings than tieflings in this particular bar right now. There are certainly tieflings around too. You also notice a table of 4 dwarves.
I'm gonna run over to that table.
Sure.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Wait, did you see people playing music?
Yes.
I want to play with them.
Okay. So you're running over to
Okay.
the table of the 4 dwarves.
You're
You're
drunk.
looking for the musician
You're
who is
drunk, right?
towards the back.
This is
Um,
chaos.
and is playing a fiddle actually, while they also sing, which is it's not the best singing. It's also not the best fiddle playing, but it's passable and it's kind of like dancey and
You're
fun.
drunk.
Fit in perfectly.
You're drunk, right?
No,
Um,
I don't drink. Do
Okay,
you see how
so-
small I am? I die.
so Baron, you just immediately
drink.
run over to the table of these
Okay.
4 dwarves.
Every time Bray plays, my ears bleed.
Don't worry. I have a feeling that everyone's going to leave and we'll get a room real cheap.
That is true.
That's when I play the flute.
I'm talking to him.
It's not my primary instrument.
Just play something then, Bray.
I don't
ears
think
will
they'll
bleed
appreciate
regardless.
that you just play with them.
Don't worry. I should
They're
make
probably
them
the
learn a
paid
special
musicians.
called silence, and I will
This
just.
is true. They may not appreciate
Halflings
you
love the
all.
hubbub and the fun.
Good luck, I'm not with you.
We should
Wait.
get a drink.
Let's get a drink.
I'll be
I'm
involved.
more interested in what's happening over here with this one.
Those are his people.
I know. Do you think they'll
They're
give
not
him?
bald.
Do you think they'll, give him hair?
They may smack him in the face.
Well, that's up to watch.
Okay, so you run right over to this table. There are 3 female dwarves and 1 male dwarf sitting around this table.
Are the females hairier than him?
They have beards.
Not there.
Oh.
Anyway.
So they're all a bit road weary. It looks like they've been traveling for a while. They're sitting around with what looks at pretty picked at food, kind of towards the center of the table. Several bones from a chicken that seems that they've been eating, as well as some other root vegetables, the ends of them. And they kind of look up as you head over. Bingo.
Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. There's so many of you.
I mean, are you seeing double? Triple? How many do you see?
1, 3, 4, 7. It's
Yeah, that's about right, Yeah, no, that's about right. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, how do you doing? You want to pull up a seat?
Yeah, I'll pull up a seat.
Okay, yeah.
Try and sit in it. See
Pull
what happens.
over.
Uh,
Yeah, sure.
So, where are you?
Manage.
Where are you guys
Roll
from?
sit. Oh, we're from up north.
Oh, me too.
Aye.
We came from. I'm pointing. Try to point where we came from,
Mm-hmm.
which is
The door.
a completely wrong way.
Sure.
We came from that way, from our town, and many people were sick.
Oh, is that what you had to?
Oh no, this has been here for a long time.
For a long time.
Yes, never came in.
gotta kill you.
Oh, you're that boy. We've heard of you.
Heard of me? How?
Aye.
I've never met you before.
Baron, I'm really sorry. I'm having a bad DM moment. What's your character's last name? Is it Grey Axe?
Bald
I
axe.
thought so. Okay. I
Bald
got
axe.
Bald axe.
It's Baron Ball.
Baron Bald Grey Axe.
You're the Grey Axe boy, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
How
yes.
did you know about me?
Well, not for nothing, lad, but
Do you know why it's like this? I'm gonna try to. Their accent, I'm trying to pick up on it and
Yeah.
pretend to do it. Why am I like this? Dude, like, why am I like this, dude? What? I just.
boy, don't worry about it. It's probably because you haven't drank enough.
Oh, I've had plenty to drink, I promise.
So glad he's not
Another
going to get more points.
Another shrimp on the bottom.
Yeah, the other two women are kind of talking themselves. These two are a little more congenial with you.
Yeah.
The gentleman specifically, a bit older, this big bulbous nose, and his face is fairly red, partially from walking in the sun so much probably, but also because he is sloshed. The woman that's speaking to you seems to be probably the leader of them. Holds herself a little bit better. Maybe keeps herself a little cleaner, and to keep up appearances. And he says, "I never heard a dwarf says he's had enough. Have a drink."
I'm gonna drink as
Yeah,
much.
there's
I'm gonna try to keep up with them.
okay. Yeah. So you join in the dwarven revelries at this table, kind of close to the bar. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm watching this from
Sure.
the bar.
Do you guys like pick a table? Oh, so, okay.
So we're just watching.
Yeah, our two tiefling friends, Inda and Zephahim, kind of perch up at the bar as they're just kind of like looking over their shoulder down a little bit towards to see exactly what Baron is doing.
Because we are of the assumption that they're just gonna beat the shit out of him at any moment.
Sure.
And we don't want to miss it.
Absolutely. What about the rest of you?
Hey, want to play my fiddle with the
I'm
musicians?
listening.
Oh, okay, that's right.
On what the gnomes are arguing about.
Okay, so you're gonna try to get a table kind of close to the gnomes.
I'm gonna sit down at the table.
How's
Whatever.
this?
Oh, okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
All right.
Getting rooms.
So you're going over to the bar to talk to them to try to get rooms for the evening. Okay, so you go over to the musician.
Yes.
This gentleman, he is a tiefling, right? Fairly well dressed and fairly young, right? Not like pompously, but he has what appears to be a fairly well made instrument too, right? Probably nicer than your instrument. I think you're playing on kind of like the peasant's fiddle, whereas his might be a little bit more high class. He has like a deep green skin, a little bit strange, right? A little bit strange for a tiefling. And he has what are also strange, different kinds of horns on his head, right? So most tieflings, they'll have all different kinds, but he literally has like a couple curved ones here, and then a couple really small ram type horns back, also kind of behind. So he's a bit strange looking, but like very handsome features.
I'm having
Otherwise.
PTSD flashbacks right now.
From what?
The last time you met a strange tiefling that was performing at a bar. Not this, but campaign 1.
I don't know what that
Really?
They were a
'Cause I was-
bad person.
I was having
He wasn't
campaign 1
green.
flashbacks because you sound like Keelan's
no
alter
spoilers.
ego.
But yeah, but you also have to remember there weren't very
No
many
spoilers, it wasn't
tieflings
clear.
here.
No.
Everyone's a tiefling.
No,
so-
it wasn't recorded.
Okay. Yeah, and he's playing. So you just pull out your fiddle and you're gonna go to town.
I'm gonna try to impress him.
Pull it out.
So you whip it out.
Whip it out.
Looks ragged.
Roll a performance.
And
Oh, please be bad.
14.
Oh, I was
Oh, that's
hoping,
pretty good.
I was hoping for a 1. So
14. Okay. So
Mediocre.
you just all excited go down and take out the case and take out and you start kind of playing along with him. I think it's a tune you know,
Okay.
and he's just kind of playing it straight.
Am I trying to flourish too much?
And no, well, I think you're embellishing over it, right? You have maybe a little more technical skill than this guy seems to, and you're not playing badly. Like it sounds good, but he kind of is giving you a look that says he's not terribly pleased that you are playing over him. Back at the gnome table. So there's these 3, I said 3, right?
Yes.
It's a good night, guys. Happy Monday. These 3 gnomes are sitting arguing, and Badi just comes and like harumphs herself into the chair next to them. Oh! Hello?
Are you wearing the bones of Knock in your hair?
We didn't go get
No,
it.
we never
Okay.
got them back.
Okay.
Yeah, you never get the bones of Knock. You just have the skull of your grandfather on your head.
Hello. What are you drinking?
What do we... some agogro?
It's good. Fine for me.
Yes, you, please, here's a, we don't, And he goes over to another table and grabs someone mostly empty glass and, like, brings it over and, like, fills it back up and, hands it over to you.
What were you arguing about just now?
No, no.
What were we arguing about?
Yes.
Oh. We were just arguing about the gnomish pantheon and the gods. It was a philosophical, theological discussion.
Oh, very interesting. What are your names?
Oh no.
Oh, yes. 3 names. 3 names immediately, yes. Yes.
He's being polite.
Myself, I am Thaddeus.
Right.
Because that's what I said. So that's what I am now. Thaddeus.
Sadius and Thaddeus.
And this is my niece and nephew.
Well, Thaddeus, if you don't mind, I'll drink with you for a while.
Certainly. Do you know of the gnomish pantheon?
I cannot say I do, no.
No. Gnome?
Doesn't smell like ozone.
Why don't you explain it to me?
Oh, yeah. Do you speak gnomish?
No.
Oh, well, some of it doesn't translate too well, but... And you get into a nice conversation about gnomish theology.
Right.
Good stuff. Yes. All right. So you go over to try and get room keys. And I think you're fairly close to these guys. And it's actually a dwarven man behind the bar as well, right? And eventually he comes up to you, fairly young, dwarvish man. He appears by not it's a bit hard to tell with dwarves. They tend to be rather squash face and full beard, but he has maybe less lines in his face than others. But he looks quite pleasant and happy as he these big, small but wide open, bright eyes as he comes over to you. Red hair coming down, being like tied into the braid of his beard, almost like he's trying to be a little proper at work, so it all just kind of goes together. And
We should ban that cat toy on Monday.
how can I help you?
Good evening. I need a room. For just me.
Oh,
I've been traveling alone all day.
a room for one.
I figured
Oh.
I'd get it before the chaos of the night begins that I somehow foresee happening.
I'm sorry to tell you, but the chaos of the night has already happened.
Oh, what?
The rooms are all filled up for the evening, unfortunately. I'm sorry to tell you. That puts you in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah,
You should buy a drink.
I'm good. Just a room.
Oh, well,
Any other places nearby?
in this town, no, not so many.
Why so many visitors?
You see what happened? You been in all that rain the past few days, eh? Yeah, but, well, it held up all the travelers, and some people got some things together, so, rather than over several days, steady stream, and they all just came all at once. So, unfortunately,
It's very rowdy in here.
it's a little bit,
Someone
aye.
just threw a cup.
Oh, it's alright, that's why we use the earthenware, they don't break as easy.
Sound of the kite.
Ding!
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if there's anywhere else. I mean, maybe someone would rent you a room in their home, but you can always camp, although they do prefer that to be outside of the town limits.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll figure something out. Thanks.
Certainly. If you all need something, just let me know.
Will do.
All right?
Your name?
Uh,
So I know what to call you?
yes, my name is,
Isn't his name Laird?
No,
That's the other one.
This is just meeting this guy.
yeah, that was the guy at the place.
It's a great team.
So
I'm impressed
many
you knew
of
that.
Thank you for trying. I
There's so
appreciate
many of them.
We're gonna ask every single person their name.
I'm really good at names. I'll just come up with them.
My name is Anson.
Ooh. Stop with the A's.
Sorry.
Ask him what's last
This is
name.
what I get, man. I'm good with having lists, but I don't have one.
Thanks, Hanson.
I'm like a human
Like
name
Hanson,
generator.
Okay.
I don't do as bad when I'm not doing it in the moment. All right. Okay.
Sweet.
All right.
So Zephahim,
I'll go sit at their table.
Is in the
With that, yeah, they're at the bar, so you just go over.
what do you think's gonna happen first? Do you think that these dwarves are going to just end Bjorn's life? Do you think that
They will not kill him.
No, maybe not, but definitely beat him.
Beat
Wow.
him. Yes, maybe.
Do you think that this green tiefling will break her her instrument for interrupting his work?
This is likely as well.
Or do you think that Badi's going to eat those gnomes?
That is very likely.
He should have killed them and cast out his king!
Now I'm not saying which one. Now I'm not saying which one is going to
All of
happen.
these things are
I'm
likely.
saying that's what I'm not saying. That I'm not saying which one's going to happen. I'm saying which one's going to happen first.
Oh, this is tough to say.
I bet you 1 silver.
Well, I was gonna
One
interfere,
point.
but I guess
1
I'll just
point?
I bet
watch
you a
with
point
guys.
that
1 point at what?
the tiefling breaks her that the tiefling breaks her violin first.
If I win, I get a point.
It's a fucking
Which one
fiddle.
do you say first? You have to say which one you say first. If neither of us are right, then no one wins.
I think the big dwarf will beat on Ben first. For saying something stupid.
1 point.
1 point.
So Bree, as the fiddle player finishes his song, and you notice he faltered a few times in playing too. It might be his skill, maybe that he got messed up from you jumping in. He stops, and there's a few people around. They lift their drinks and applaud. And I think he was up on like a small platform that was pretty much only big enough for him, his little soapbox almost.
Yeah.
So you were next to him, and much smaller by
Yes.
comparison, even without that little bit of elevation. But afterwards, he kind of like glowers at you, and then goes over to a stool. That's, by the way, starts putting his fiddle away.
Oh, sir, thank you so much for. I'm sorry that I jumped in. I was so excited, and I haven't heard music in so long. And when I hear music, I just have to play.
It's fine. It's fine.
You're very good.
Thank you.
Do you play here often?
Sometimes, yes.
Wow.
He's just like, just quietly like putting it away, and
I kind of want to be a professional musician.
you need more practice.
Are you a professional musician?
No. You ask a lot of questions.
Well, I'm just so excited. I haven't been around anybody else who's played music in so
Look!
long.
Closes and turns to
Yes.
you. Why did you do that?
What?
I am playing a song. Why did you come over and start playing over me?
Because I was excited.
Every time you get excited, you pull out a musical instrument.
Yes.
Make sure she doesn't do it again.
I just.
She's just a child. Do not do that.
That was. It was very rude.
I'm really sorry.
Teach her a lesson.
Grabs his fiddle and just starts kind of harumphing off, going through people around tables and out of the tavern.
He wasn't very nice. I hate tieflings.
She's also a racist.
I guess I'll go join the group now.
Which group?
Them.
All right, so you head over to the bar.
I've put my fiddle away, obviously.
I told you it was rude to start playing with someone already performing.
He didn't mind until I talked too much.
No, he definitely
Do
minded.
you mind when he glared at you as soon as you started playing?
Yes, he did do this.
But he didn't really mind until I talked too much.
I think he was being.
I think that was just
polite.
the last straw for him.
Oh, don't mind him. This is the bartender as he comes over.
Oh, this is Anson. He's the bartender. There's no rooms, by the way.
Hi, Anson.
Hi.
No rooms for all of us.
No
Can I
rooms
get
at
you a
all.
drink, miss?
You ask for a room
Yes.
or two.
One.
Could
One.
I
And
just
there's not
have
even one.
some cider of some sort if you have any?
Unfortunately, dear, I don't think we have any cider.
What do you have?
Oh, well, I have some agogro made from the reeds down by the river.
Do you see how small I am? That will literally kill me.
I could also give you
Like all those
water.
halflings over
Okay.
there are drinking it.
What?
All the halflings over there are drinking it.
Oh yes, oh they all
I
have
don't
it.
have a tolerance for that stuff, though.
That's
Okay.
strange.
Just kill him. He's gonna kill her.
Right, I'll just get you a nice water then. Yeah, don't worry about that lad. He's the son of the Aga. He's not very good. He just comes in here and plays every once in a while.
What's
he likes
his-
the audience.
What's his name?
Oh, he's just an angsty little prat, then.
Well, I mean, he's not that bad.
The
But,
last
you know,
thing we
he's
needed.
he's just trying out. His name is Billy.
Of course it is. Billy the Kid.
Billy
Dear God.
The
I don't know he'd like that. Yes.
Who is the Aga?
Oh, the Aga in most tiefling societies. It's the
I
leader
understand.
of the.
I
Oh, I'm
understand.
sorry, I misunderstood. Of course, you are. Yes.
Who is your Aga?
My Aga is. Man, you guys are freaking killing me.
This is great. We keep
Oh.
going all night.
Bartholomew.
Bushin.
Bushin. This Aga is a good Aga.
Oh, I think so. She runs a good city. I mean, it's a small one here, this town, but
She,
of course, yeah.
a female Aga.
Yes.
Yeah, we did that once.
Hmm.
She met her husband 15 minutes ago.
Oh yes.
It was,
Oh, it was already.
it was a lot earlier than that.
15
Oh,
hours
you've
ago.
met
No,
her
not that
husband.
much.
Oh, he's a good man.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, they're a good family.
That's what happens when you drink a lot.
I did drink a lot. I want to drink more.
That sounds good to me.
And want
Oh
to
yes.
I mean, Baron, you should come over here.
No, don't
Do you have
it.
silver to pay with?
Of
Some
course.
people like to. Oh, you do. Good. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like haggling going around, but you know, I mean, like some of us have to make a living.
1 point will pay for all night.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Point goes pretty far around here.
We give this man a point. And by we I mean you.
What do you mean?
Just get it ready. I'll go get the drinks and the water.
I'm pretty sure that you owe him money. Cuckoo.
Why do I want money?
Didn't you bet that my instrument would get broken?
I bet him that that would happen first if Baron is not
Very
jumped by
bad.
all these dwarves.
I know, I was cuckooing.
I don't know what that means.
I was being meta.
Don't worry. Ben will get his ass kicked.
It might be copyrighted.
But
Oh.
Buddy might eat those gnomes first.
That is an incorrect reading.
I'll die there must bet for that. We just
you
knew that
know?
that would eventually happen.
You told me you don't know anything about the Pantheon. You're telling me I'm reading the test.
Clearly, you're not right at all. This goes against everything I
Listen.
believe in.
Listen,
Oh
the,
Things are heating
the
up over there.
The gnomish gods live on the Golden Hill. All of them together there.
All of them. No strife whatsoever between them.
Well, one of them was cast out.
Ah,
We're gonna
see,
have
I
so
see.
Why am I a
many
dwarf all of a
skeletons.
sudden? It's intoxicating. Oh, one of them was cast out, but now they're fine. I'm done. It's all. Everyone's a dwarf now.
Why was he cast out?
Oh boy.
He was being a dick.
How do you know it was not the others?
Do not talk.
Oh.
I can't.
How loud is this
Hello. This is my voice. I am not Scottish.
I
Um, I am Matthew. Oh, don't you talk of my gods like that.
Oh no.
I'm merely asking a question.
You were asking it with an attitude.
What'd you do?
Fair enough.
Do you hear this?
What a smile. Help.
Do you hear this, niece and nephew? This is what an attitude sounds.
It sounds like Mungus too over there.
Don't eat them, Buddy.
Don't put ideas.
I'm having an intellectual debate.
Grandmother. You have your medicine.
Tell me of your beliefs. What do you believe?
Prakatacrut.
Oh no.
It seems like we were both.
And what do you believe of Praketikrut?
His domain is Sylvaticus,
Yes?
an uncorrupted wild, reserved for the fiercest and bravest warriors, where they hunt for eternity.
There are many
They
other
really believe
gods that live in Sylvaticus too. He might be the overseer of it, but Sylvaticus is a big portion of the heavens.
Sylvaticus is ruled by Parcaticrut.
Well, but he's not much of a ruler, is he? A ruler that doesn't believe in structure, that does not believe in hierarchy.
He believes in strength, and it is might that rules.
Parcaticrut, he pushes back the fires of Janoon so that the forest doesn't burn, but he doesn't rule over those in it.
I like to order the biggest drink.
The Golden Hill is in Sylvaticus. It's a portion of it.
They all fight about these gods who do nothing.
I did not know that.
It is ridiculous.
Well, you know, unless you're into the gnomish specifics of things. But you figure it's green, it's big, there are hills there, part of it, and that's the Golden Hill is there.
I find I like gnomes better now than I did before. And what about the one they cast out? Does he also reside in Sylvaticus?
He wanders. He doesn't have a home.
Huh.
He's probably in Sylvaticus somewhere, just wandering around. I suppose it's a place to be free.
That's true. Good point. What other gods are in...
Oh, well, let's get into that now.
Oh Jesus! Okay, I walk over.
Sure.
It's like, grandmother, have you made some friends?
You keep calling me that.
Yeah, have you forgotten me already? You need to take your medication.
And just because you have horns does not make you my kin.
Don't mind her.
Don't you ox people believe everyone is your kin? Isn't that like your thing?
I tried to save you. Goodbye.
Or is it just your own kind?
It is our own kind.
Similar to gnomes, right? We're all children of the gnomish gods, and elves are all children of the elvish gods, and the dwarves are all the children of Moradin.
Yes, and I respect all of these different gods, though they are not Parcaticrut. But
No.
I will not fault anyone for worshipping the gods of their ancestors.
Hear that, children? This woman is very wise. You should care for your ancestors. You should care for your elders.
You should.
Yes. Back in my day,
I can't be grandma.
back at the dwarven table,
Should be good.
you guys are, you've just been drinking, right? Like, you just have, you're trying to keep up, and particularly that male dwarf is trying to give you a run for his money.
Is another. And how
It's right in front of you. Why don't you just drink it?
I am.
Open your eyes.
I can see it.
You beady-eyed
There's
bugger.
several there. I can see it.
Grab the one in the middle. Ah!
I got it.
I'm gonna... No, that wasn't it.
How? What do people say of me?
Oh, that's not as good as the dwarven mead, you know. I get it's
no,
what
it's
they have
awful.
down
It's
here.
terrible.
I mean, awful's a bit, you know, it'll
Terrible.
do, but, you know.
It's the best. I love it. I don't.
So you're the no-beard, the grey-beard,
Do you?
the grey axe.
Bed is in trouble.
Correct. Do you know what they say of me?
No, he's not out of the woods. He's fine.
Well, they said they put you
He's
somewhere.
gonna pass out.
Why?
Somewhere in the mountains, right?
Why would they be so rude?
Maybe we don't want to talk about this.
I
We
want
don't
to know.
Right. They say about you, not too much. You were born with
I know.
You are very ugly.
They said when the clerics pulled you out of your mother and smacked your behind, it was smooth.
Just like right now.
I've never seen a smooth dwarven ass in my life.
It's convenient.
Like a baby's bottom.
It's convenient.
I imagine it's easier to clean.
It is. It is.
But then you grew up and you're still. I mean, are you sure you don't take a razor to that thing?
No, never once. I did.
Someone gave me. I mean, I don't know if you need. Where did I put that thing? Here. And he pulls out this little like metal bowl, this little metal dish or something. It's a here, and he puts it on the table and moves it over. I don't know if you could make a use of that, then I would, but I certainly don't need it. It's a shaving bowl.
Store bait are.
You make a lather in it to smooth yourself out. I guess some of the tieflings do it.
He's making fun of you, Ben. Fight him.
I don't get it. It's
It's something you never do.
very.
You make a lather in it. I won it on a bet.
Did you?
I was, let me tell you, pretty drunk.
Do you want to make a bet? I bet I can beat you in arm wrestling.
Oh, here it comes.
I'll
Called you a
bet
bitch.
you.
I bet you don't even last a second.
I bet you that shaving bowl. What'll you put up?
You have literally nothing.
I will bet you my.
What?
My cheap thighs.
I bet you my brand new shirt.
Oh.
Let me see. What's the quality of that thing?
5 points.
You don't have 5 points, Bear.
This is a bad idea.
5 points and the shirt off your back.
You don't have 5 points, Baron.
Wait, hold on. Let me check. Hold on.
You can't bet what you don't have.
Hold on, boy.
This man has no points. Do not do this. Do not do this bet.
I have 1 point.
No, you don't.
It's the infinite point. Just keeps repairing.
Do you have any money or
No, I'm not.
No.
He's -1.
I believe I think I can see it, but it's the bowl. I have 1 point.
Where is it?
It's right here. Can you not see it?
That's my shaving bowl.
I'm gonna throw it.
It's a metal bowl. It's already pretty dented. You throw it. That's my freaking bowl, and he smacks you on your head. Pick it up. You can't throw other people's things.
It is mine now.
I guess that
You
counts.
did not
If you
accept
want
that.
it, you
lose.
need to. Come here, skinny boy.
I'll do my. I'm gonna get up off the chair and do like
Yeah.
the sumo thing to get ready. Like
Do a
try and
performance
intimidate him.
check.
Yeah.
Aren't you drunk though?
Yes. I'm better when I'm drunk. 19.
Okay. Ooh,
Bring it.
it is broad.
Boom. Can we reach each other from across the table?
It's a round table, yeah.
Okay.
So I think you.
I'm gonna
Just lay on the table.
lay on the table.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
you and the two other female dwarves kind of back up and go. All right, all right.
Watch this.
This is gonna be good.
Ben is going to lose. I bet you the point back.
Roll an athletics check, and I'm
You
gonna
don't want
give you
this
the
better
first
though.
roll. I'm gonna do it
No.
at disadvantage because of your good performance roll.
Ben will lose.
So what did you say? Athletics?
He is an embarrassment.
Or
Yeah.
acrobatics?
He is.
Athletics. You're not being acrobatic here.
18.
That beats the 2 that I got. Oh! Yeah, I think with it, 18
Oh,
to
they
2,
beat this
right?
guy.
That's not much of a contest.
He must be too
What?
good to win.
I told you.
What is that?
Maybe dwarven hair is really heavy, so when he has it
Oh.
on, it makes him faster. And
I'm gonna
stronger.
get on the table and do my dance.
Ooh! As the feet are go. Now do an acrobatics check because this table might fall over.
Is he drunk?
Natural 20.
Oh.
God, was it?
Is this Baron? Is this Baron?
Baron is in his element. He is
at that
with
point.
dwarves. He has a shiny head, and he is magnificent doing the on top of this table.
I'm kind of impressed.
All right, well done.
I'm gonna point at one of the other ones. Get me my bowl.
I'm not getting you shit.
I won.
Fight him, Baron. You can take 2 more.
And he kind of leans forward. Tell me again what I should do for you.
I need
Get
to cause a ruckus if I
my
go.
bowl. boy.
Double or nothing. They just call the female dwarf a male. Let's
And
go.
she is in your
Oh
face.
man, it's one of the girls. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to say it.
Yeah.
But I
I think you probably
no.
think you're still talking to the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at this point, the bartender kind of comes over and goes, "Oh, here you go. I think you dropped this.
Oh, thank
it's a
you.
good display, but
I knew you'd get it for
can
me.
you get down? You're gonna make my table."
Yeah, of course.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
He called you Fat Baron.
Not fat.
Stop
As you make your way down, okay, you can add a metal shaving bowl to your.
Inventory.
Is it magical?
Now you know. Tell everyone you know. The bald one. I'm not gonna tell him what to say. I'm just gonna say.
Well, I mean, we're heading back south, but
Yeah,
we'll be
tell
going back up north eventually, right?
Tell him.
All right.
I message.
Then you will buy me a beer or a.
I was beaten
Drink.
in an arm wrestling contest by a bald dwarf.
That's right.
What a freaking day, huh?
I message into Baron's head. I say, dwarves fight each other to say goodbye.
I'm gonna look at. I think. Isn't this?
Do you throw a real punch or is it?
No, it's like I'm drunk as hell, so I don't even know if I'm just like, kind of like a type of thing. Like,
Yeah. Ow.
Goodbye. Goodbye. It is nice to know you.
All right. The Ballad of Baron has been told.
That was very
will be
good.
spread far and wide. All right. All right. So, what are the lot of you doing this evening?
We must find a place to go.
We don't have to go home, but we can't stay here.
Yeah, the bartender said there's no other places that offer rooms.
Oh, when do they close? Can we just stay down here?
Well, we need to sleep. I
We're
doubt
going to
it.
sleep on the floor.
Better
Maybe
than
if you pass
outside.
out, they won't throw you outside. But
Better than outside.
we could camp again.
We could camp.
But we'd have
I
to
like
go outside
camping.
the city limits. It's kind of weird if you're in the middle of town.
I don't like to camp. I
It's
like
not
to
the-
sleep in a bed.
It's not the worst thing.
Like civilized people.
I would have liked a bed.
But if you camp, there are stars.
Nobody
There's
cares.
still
about
stars in the
And
city.
It's cloudy out.
it. You cannot sleep under
And
them.
grass.
The grass
Like-
is wet.
I like a nice comfortable bed.
Explain what an elf is to me again.
You've never seen an elf? They have like the ears. They go up, and they're very tall. Maybe not as tall as you. Maybe as tall as you. Not as tall as you. How tall are you?
I'm tall. I don't know.
Ah.
I don't measure myself.
25 squirrels tall.
That's not pretty tall.
So they are big.
Like stacked like this, or
I
they
mean-
standing up.
Yes.
They're not small folk like us.
Is he crouched?
That's all
I
I'm
have
saying.
three gnome
spines.
And what do they worship?
No, the elves, they're mostly they're damn. They have their own pantheon of gods.
Yeah. Oh, so complex. All these various. It's easier to just have one.
I imagine it is.
There is only one.
Yep. Sure is.
We know this.
I'm sorry. Are you at my table now?
I'm speaking to you from the bar. We are the only ones left.
Did you see that? That's crazy.
Ben was
So
dancing on the
Baron
table.
style on them. Yeah, so it was quite impressive.
What? Are these your friends?
I wouldn't say that, but
We are
I
trying.
travel
Break
with them.
myself.
Grandmother, you hurt me with your words.
I think so.
Oh yes, you all believe in a single god, right? And the
Yes.
rest are just pretenders.
This is true, yes.
Interesting.
There are other gods, but they are not Sazish.
Well, that's by definition they are not Sazish if they are
But they are below him. They are beneath him.
other than Brachytery, maybe. But, you know,
You're never gonna see
It
her
is
die.
It is okay, Tanaki. I know the truth.
You know your truth.
But he is not seeing clearly.
I see clearly enough.
Yes.
The
Have
rain is
another
gone.
Ogogro.
I will.
What?
The
What do you
rain
say,
is
Bree?
gone.
The rain is gone, yes.
Can you see clearly now?
I made that joke.
Or all
Ben,
obstacles
how
in
did
the
you
way.
beat that man in arm wrestling? Did you cheat?
I'm passed out. I'm fine. I'm done.
Is he breathing?
Barely.
I'm gonna go check if he's breathing.
Sure, man.
He is just drunk.
Roll him over.
Like a drunk infant.
Medicine?
Yeah.
Pukes and
18.
Oh, he's breathing.
He's breathing.
Although because
I'm
he's like behind the chair and
He is sleeping.
like his neck is not in the best position for him to
Turn him on
sleep.
a sideways. Turn him on a side. That's how
Are you
Jimmy
on the
is.
chair or on the floor?
I thought he was on the chair. Just
Turn him on a side.
Sure. You're on the chair?
Turn him on a side. That's how Jimi Hendrix died.
I'll, rest him on the table.
Yep.
Well, I'll put him down.
he's breathing better.
If he pukes, it'll go on the floor now and he won't choke on it.
Who cares about this?
Is
Ben
there-
is just drunk.
Are there any like? Is there any chalk or like markers or anything?
I
Oh,
have
do you have any? There's none like laying around.
I mean, I have my disguise kit, so I probably have like some sort of makeup type stuff.
You probably have some charcoal or something that you could like do some like quick makeup kind
All
of.
right, I'm just
disguise
gonna
stuff.
I'm gonna draw a face on the back of his head.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Make a dexterity check.
Natural 20.
It's pretty good.
Try to draw his face.
It
on the
looks
back of
like
his face.
his face is on the back of his head.
the mouth is perfectly in the back of head roll.
Yeah.
He looks even more of a fool than he already is. We should sleep here tonight. At the bar.
Do not tell him that it's on the back of his head.
No, of course not.
Well, Miss Buddy, this was a wonderful conversation.
Yes, it was,
I
Thaddeus.
thank you very much. Thank him for this, young ones. And they're not children, right? But they're young. The two other gnomes, they say. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Remember to always revere your ancestors. It's important.
Well, good evening, all of you.
Well, most of this night didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to, besides Bree's interaction, but
She went fine. What are you all worried about?
you were betting he was going to break the thing.
Yeah, because it was probably gonna happen.
We
Now
need
it
some-
went fine.
That man was certainly not happy.
No, but it's very strange that he's the Agaz's son.
Why is that strange?
Well,
The Aga
if we
can
need
have
to,
children.
that he just comes into the random bar and performs.
Maybe he just
It
has a
is-
passion for music.
Well, we could use it to our advantage if we made a better impression. If you wanted to talk to the Agar,
He was
we could
weird
get to him that
looking.
way.
How was he weird looking? He is a tiefling.
He was weirder than you.
I do not look weird. I look scarred.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't talking about your burnt face.
That's pretty.
It is not a burn.
No, it looks like it was peeled off.
It was peeled off.
I wasn't talking about your peeled off face. He just had like a lot of different horns and stuff. It was like
It's healing nicely, at least.
it was weird.
Don't pick it.
No, don't pick the scab.
It'd be like one really big, and really like
Stop talking about my face.
Put it in the skin box.
really satisfying. Just
How is this man different from other tieflings? I don't get it.
I don't know. He had like a lot of different horns, and his skin was a weird color. Like I don't know. I've never seen one that looks like him before.
He was off your
she
normal
just
palate.
she never just can just have an okay day with tieflings, can she?
No.
Would I perceive him to have been weird by tiefling standards?
So I can't have him make a perception check because he's not there anymore.
But I saw
those are
him.
my
I mean, he
own
was
words.
up
So-
on a stage.
So I think what you have is the description I've given. And the interesting thing about tieflings, in my mind anyway, they're all so varied and different,
Yeah.
right? Like they are decidedly a very varied, different people.
But you told me he was weird looking.
He looked a bit singular, right? You've met one with yellow orange skin. You've met one that is weird dark green with different horns. It's abnormal. It's
Well, he is unlike one that I have seen before.
Well, so are they. I've never seen one missing half their skin on their face, but
Well, I don't think that
This
that's
is
part
in
of
a-
being a
Don't
tiefling.
you talk about his.
Oh, he is going to vomit. This is good. You will feel better. You, Bree, you have to understand. Not two tieflings are alike.
Well,
Does this
clearly.
make sense?
Because you guys only
But
suck
how
a little
is
bit,
this
and most
tiefling
tieflings really suck.
more weird than how we look to you? We have different skin. Different horns.
What about twins?
Different.
Would they not Would they not be the same?
I forget about tail. What's your tail look like?
My tail's shorter than yours.
Do most tieflings have two different types of horns on their head, like you described, though?
that's fairly abnormal.
He had two different types of horns.
So what's his name? What's his name? Tact. I forget the guy that I put to sleep. What's his name?
reject.
Reject. He had multiple horns. It was almost like a crown going around his head.
No
TJ, yeah.
Well, I think
So he had a bunch of horns.
We should.
I'm just saying that he was of note, and I was close to him, and I
I
remember what he
understand.
looks like.
Focusing on people's differences
He
is
is-
not a
He is
positive way
the
to
God's
do
son,
life.
correct?
What?
He is the God's son.
He is the August son. He was
what the
only a
bartender
fairly
said.
mediocre fiddle player, and he wasn't very nice.
I mean,
But Bree, you kind of step on his toes to play while he is playing.
I'm sorry, most towns that I've been to, it's a more the merrier situation. When you hear music, you play, and you play together, and it's great.
I mean, if you take two examples. Badi asked to join the gnomes. Bairn asked to join with those other dwarves. He did. She did.
They're my people.
Regardless.
Absolutely.
Whereas you just went right up to him and took out your fiddle and started playing. There's a set of
And
just
I'm
social
saying
rules.
where the places that I have gone don't work that way. People appreciate you adding to their music.
Well, when you come to
Not
a
the
different
tieflings.
place that you have not been to before, you have to follow the rules of that society.
I'm a traveler. I understand these things.
Apparently not.
We should speak to this God tomorrow.
Why? Can we just leave? Why do you talk to every guy?
Because we need to find out what is going on in that other town.
We know what's going on. They're infested with maggots.
But why?
They feed them
Why?
beneath the earth.
But why?
What makes you think this one will know
Do
anything
you
about
not
it?
ask this question to yourself? Why do they do this?
I assume it has something to do with whatever resides in their Kaifen. Just as in the previous
You
town.
think the Kaifens are not different? They are the same. They are the same.
Then why, in that other town, was Yaga throwing people into the Kaifen?
All Kaifens protect us. That is what they do.
It does not mean they are the same.
Maybe this is true. But they protect us. They
They
all
protect you by ripping off half of your face?
do. No. That was not the Kaifen.
What was it? I don't think you ever told me.
I didn't and I won't.
What did you see in there?
I tried to bark up that tree. It's not a tree he will let you climb.
My tree.
Go back to sleep, Baron.
Back to sleep
Is he
there.
Aaron is talking.
He's
in
talking
his
in
sleep.
his sleep. He is talking in his sleep.
We should kill him.
That's harsh. We could throw him in the.
Look at his. Look at the face on the back of his head.
We could,
He looks ridiculous.
we could throw him in the Kaifensi if he comes out with hair.
Yes,
Ooh.
He'll probably just come out with no skin instead of just no hair.
Where are we going to sleep tonight? On the bar?
No, I'd rather go camping.
I can sleep
in the bar.
anywhere.
Camping.
I'm 3 feet
Or
tall.
unless you want to go make friends with the gnome, see where they're staying, if they'll make room.
Buddy.
They don't
They
take
don't
up
went
much.
upstairs when they took that leave.
Body goes knock like the police.
Buddy, do you want to go camping with me?
We should all just go make camp, I suppose.
Yes.
If
Who's
I-
going to drag Ben? I am not carrying him.
clearly can't.
He is very heavy.
I might be okay with leaving him.
We'll find him in the morning. We need to come get breakfast.
We do
I don't
not
know
have
what
to do
I don't.
this. This costs.
I do not
this costs
understand
money.
the
Oh.
fixation on going out and camping when we have.
You want a breakfast?
When we
I
have-
don't think if you're
Do you have
not
corn?
passed out, they're gonna let you just sleep.
So pretend to
No,
be.
but if we go camping, Vadi can catch breakfast.
I haven't
Actually,
Drink
I will help
anything.
her.
And they know that.
Buddy, are
So-
you going to catch breakfast?
I'm not a good liar. It sucks.
Bree wants something to eat in the
I
morning.
put my head down on the. I put my head down on the.
If
on the
by
bar.
catch you mean through a javelin through it, then yes, I will catch
This is the
breakfast.
word she says. She says catch breakfast. So I just repeat what she
I will
said.
kill something and then cook it and then eat it.
Fine.
I need to put my head on this bar, and I will wake up when there's.
And I'll
breakfast on
get
the bar.
berries, but not the red ones.
Do not eat the
The
red
green
berries.
ones don't bad.
Just stay here.
Is it the blue ones?
Just shelter.
Oh, I don't
There's no
know.
reason to go
I wasn't
outside.
there when you had a bad
Yeah,
experience
shelter
with
right
them.
We can
You,
sleep
you
here.
cannot sleep on a bar stool. What are you doing?
That
Watch.
sounds very uncomfortable.
Watch this.
I have a
Listen,
special foliage.
I grew up
Calm
in-
my nose.
towns like this. It's very easy. Just like watch.
Oh,
Oh.
that was loud. Okay, those two down.
And that's all you need to do.
Oh, he's he's not sleeping. What?
And that's all
I
you
have a
need to
date
do.
written down.
Suddenly, you don't have to be outside and sleep.
Yes,
Nice
you
thought.
will sleep here on the bar stool with no one to keep watch in a strange town. I will sleep in a camp where I will have set watch. We'll see who fares better.
Keep your coin purse hidden somewhere.
Are you going to?
She
Good
makes a
thing.
good point.
Good thing. You're
So we're just leaving him
having
on the
it.
floor?
Who gives a shit?
He has no valuables. Besides that metal bowl, I don't think.
Who would rob that? He does not even have anything to take.
You have
Just
that?
The
Okay.
metal
I just
bowl.
know where you are.
He's gonna come back, he's gonna have no teeth.
He wears. He barely wears clothes, and he is bald.
I can try to
And he's bald.
And it will look like he is watching them with his head in his face.
Okay. So,
We should leave him, he is fine.
Yeah. Let's go out.
Oh, you should turn his hood around
Out
so
to
it
the
looks like
outskirts.
his face in the back of his head is moving.
Let's put his shirt on backwards.
That is a good idea. Yes, that is a good idea.
So it's like this psychopath. Just like
We're gonna put it. We're gonna
walking
turn it.
around.
Okay. So you guys are gonna try to take. Who is leading this effort?
I am. I'm flipping him over and I'm putting it so that way the back of his head is facing up and his hood is just. So it looks like he's just standing like wide-eyed, just staring straight at the ceiling.
I'm
Can he
gonna
breathe?
say, Inda, roll a sleight of hand versus your
I'm helping.
Con?
perception. If you're helping, okay, so roll at advantage.
Oh, at
Roll
advantage?
and you roll perception at disadvantage because you're sleeping. And
Still
very
18.
3 and a nat 20.
The bartender watches you do this, by the way, because now it's emptying out, right?
I say it's cultural.
And okay, so
Is
Baron
it
is there, and you know when you're making the face, and you kind of use like the natural shadows, of his head, to make a face appear,
Like I
and
said,
now
you put the face in the wrinkle.
yeah,
Yeah.
right, and
Yeah, you're right.
looks alright.
Make fun of the dwarf.
He looks.
Drunk.
As I'm moving, I just rip off the other half of his pants.
I think that wakes you up immediately.
Huh?
You woke it up immediately if he's actually ripping your pants off.
I don't think she's really doing that.
Rip my pants off, I have nothing on.
Yeah, so your
You
pants.
say as I'm holding your pants in my hand.
Did you rip my pants off?
I ripped those pants off, and now it looks like you have two giant balls hanging out of your front. Because your butt cheeks.
Then your shirt's on. Yeah. Because that's in the front.
I imagine you would have under ridges.
I'm gonna put the bowl over my and go back.
Sure, but there's complete, entire, and total darkness because your hood's on. And then, okay.
I'm
so
just gonna.
you take your,
My eyes are open, so I just take the bowl and put it there and go back to sleep.
Why doesn't he wear anything under his pants? Roll percentile. Let's see. How big is your dick? Roll percentile.
Oh God.
Chafing must
Yeah,
be terrible.
Their underwear.
Roll percent.
No. Fuck you.
So, okay.
That would be
So I think the
fun.
bartender's like, you're not thinking of leaving him here, are you? Because
I'm not
I
thinking
mean,
about
I'm gonna close up at some point. Most people are out of here.
He's too heavy for me.
You guys know this.
Oh,
I
God.
certainly
We've all
can't do
seen
it.
it. We've all seen it.
66.
Respectable. Respectable.
That's a 4.
I moved it.
It looks like a little tail.
It's in the bowl, safe and sound, okay? And that's all that matters. The bowl is covering me like a
It's
coat.
in that tiny bowl.
No, because the bowl is like this big.
It fits in the bowl very nicely.
As
and
you
it's
guys
nice
make
and
your way
clean.
out of town to go camp, let's take a 10-minute break.
Why am I always naked?
We're just.
I can't go one campaign without
What was
being
Joe
naked.
last season? You've never had a shirt.
That's true. Yeah.
Baron, you went through some highs and lows.
Yeah, we're gonna fast forward to you
He
guys
must be
camp
a
for the
grower
night
in
after
the
this.
shower.
Are we on?
We will be. All right. We will be back with the rest of Icosacast in just 10 minutes. We're going to take a 10-minute break to use bathrooms and maybe eat a really quick meatball sub. So, we'll be back. Thank you. I just can't.
That was great.
All right, break.
that was
8:02.
say.
No, nothing.
Right.
All right. Welcome back, everybody.
You're going to share that redacted bar with me, right?
This generic bar of chocolate?
Yes.
Milk chocolate. Yeah.
Okay.
Try.
So, I'm just fast forwarding at this point. We spent the first bit, which is great, in a tavern. You guys, I think, make your way out towards the outskirts of the town. Are you going to go back towards the way you entered the town, or... Okay.
Ooh, there's
Yeah.
a cup there. Sorry.
Or more northward to the way you're headed.
North.
Wait, oh, so we're up now?
No. I'm saying you guys are like going.
Okay.
I just want to know the direction you went. So you went.
North side.
Okay. I'm not
Sure. Yeah. So you go there. There's not anyone else. I asked because your other gnomish friend would have been the other direction, right? With her mules and
Yeah.
stuff would have been the other. So you guys go. You camp out just on the outskirts of the town. There are no problems because I'm not rolling for it, so that means it doesn't happen.
Wow.
That's my power. Thank you very much. And you wake up the next morning, and I think as we start, Badi has caught some breakfast and killed, thrown a javelin, and you guys are all sitting around your small little campfire. As you're watching, a lot of halflings and some tieflings as well head out of the town towards the fields to go and begin their day of work.
What kind of game around here? Like what was it that I was doing?
I would say mostly small game, right? Because you're not going too far away from the town, right? Certainly there are other, there's deer, there's...
Any boar? Any wild pigs around?
There certainly would be. There were slightly to the south where you were attacked by them in our pre-stream.
I just was wondering if they're still this far north.
You would find them.
Yeah.
You saw some tracks, but I think you found more like rabbits. You got a couple quail, so like you have actually a pretty decent variety for your breakfast.
Any eggs?
Am
You can check inside of it to see if it had any.
Well, the javelin kind of would have pierced it if it did.
Just eat the meat. Stop crying about it.
Am I with them? Or...
Yes.
I did go with them.
Yes.
Your pants are ripped off. You woke up.
Okay.
You don't have pants though. You're in your underbreeches.
I'm actually... First thing before I talk to anybody is I need to meditate.
Sure.
And
pants.
apologize for what little I remember.
I apologize to the powers that be.
Yeah, little
For all that I've done. Okay, roll a wisdom check. Or a religion check. You're not necessarily religion though, I mean you're monkish. If you can tell me to roll something, you like to roll something else too.
5.
Okay. You're itchy. Yeah, kind of like the craggly grass is like itching and like poking at
So I
your
can't really
bare legs. So
get-
it's just very distracting today. You're not kind of able to get into your mode.
I'm sorry.
Should we go visit the little gnome lady and see if she has pants for you?
Yes, where did they go?
They ripped last night while you were dancing.
Was I okay? I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did.
Oh, tell me later.
You had
Why
sex
not?
with that
How
gnome
much
lady.
later? I don't.
Everybody saw you.
My what?
Your little tail.
Oh, this is very embarrassing.
Your pen 15.
Then I have. I had the bowl over me.
Zevahin, give me your hanky so I can wipe my axe with it.
No. Why do you do this?
What?
Why do you...
Why do I wipe my axe with your hanky?
Yes, it is mine. Why do I not wipe my weapon with it?
Is your weapon a blade?
It does not need to be a blade.
I thought you said it did.
It does not.
Oh. Alright. Wipe your weapon with it then for all I care.
Why do you care so much about this?
It makes it better. Better for killing.
Sounds like a dirty conversation.
It does, doesn't it?
I'm gonna get up.
I know a lot of people
Is
that
it- are the
pay a lot of
people
money
that are
to add plus
coming
one to
out-
their weapon.
Are any of them merchants by chance?
Come on, we'll go find you a store.
No.
What do you have to give to me?
No, from what you've heard, the merchants are actually heading north to south right now. So there's none leaving the town to go.
They're
what direction
coming
you're
to
going.
us?
You're going, yes.
So I'm gonna start walking that way with the bowl in front of me.
So you just start walking off from the group northward.
With your in your underwear.
Well, I'll turn around and say, we should go. I really need pants.
Who cares about your
Oh, you mean these pants? And I throw them into the fire.
My pants.
Wow, you really waited till he was awake for that, huh?
Buddy, what do you have to give me for the nose?
To give you for the nose rag for one day, or to give you for the nose rag
to have.
forever?
You can keep it. If you give me something.
I
that
can't
is worth
imagine Buddy carrying this hanky.
Keep it in her nose.
it. It is a nice thing to have.
It is a
Around
nice
one
thing
of
to
her
have,
horns. Oh, sorry.
Cat thinks he's the horse.
If you have something of value that you can
He
give me,
is.
I will make a deal for it.
I will think on this. Perhaps I will have something to trade you.
Fine.
But
You
for
may
right
use it-
now,
you may use it for today. Go ahead.
You just gave that to him.
Her, first of all, Ben, she's a woman.
Borrow.
Second of all, I am letting her use it today.
Oh, you didn't give it to. Oh, buddy. Sorry. I got you confused
Ben,
with Tam.
are you still drunk?
I might be.
You had a lot to drink.
I
You
did.
got beat up by another dwarf.
Beat up.
A female one.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes,
Yep,
she
she's-
kicked your ass.
She's very small.
How did that happen?
Because you are weak.
I was embarrassed.
Really?
We did not.
We thought you were going to win. We bet on you,
We pretended
and we
not
both
to know
lost.
you.
We both lost 1 point. So you owe us. You owe us both a point.
A point each.
Yes.
At least a point each.
Okay, I guess. I'm sorry, I lost.
You should not have lost.
I know I shouldn't.
Because you are a fighter. You are a monk. This is
You were
supposed to be your
dancing.
life.
Would
You
you?
were
I'm gonna
dancing
take
on
the
a
cup up, and I'm. Would you
Oh.
like the cup?
I do not want the cup.
I do
That-
not want your
that's
dick
cup.
cup. No.
It's a bowl.
It's
It's not a
Would
cup.
you like my
It's a
bowl?
little shallow for a cup.
Roll an investigation check. Or perception, I guess. You just.
spell icon.
That's
Bring it back. It's a 1.
I'll just put it back over me, and
Yeah.
can we please go find someone to get me?
If you want, I can tie a string to it and you can wear it around your waist.
We're talking about the cup.
Can we please?
The bowl.
Can we please just go get me some
Whatever.
pants? I don't want to. I feel very uncomfortable.
As a hill dwarf, what racial features do you have?
Tiny pee.
Besides, no hair.
These?
Yeah, I know
Stone cutting?
you have stone. Okay, I
Yes.
knew mountain dwarves had stone cutting. Okay.
I do. Do you need me to tell you what that is?
No. I'm good. You know a lot of stuff about stone.
Is it stone?
It's
or is
not.
it wood?
It's metal.
It's metal.
It's
oh,
made of metal.
I know, actually.
Stone.
Oh, I thought it was metal too. Shit.
So I'm going to extend that to metal.
Thank you.
And I'm going to say, just from
We still got one.
I know I did,
Um,
but still.
it, the shaving bowl is made out of nickel.
Oh. Is it worth? What is that worth?
Whatever
Actually, I
someone.
don't care.
Whatever someone.
I will give you both 1 point when I have one. Is that okay?
This is fine. This is fine, Ben.
I will owe you.
We
one.
know you are poor. Very, very poor.
Well, I had a point, but I think I gave it to.
You try to give all your points away, yes.
As soon as you have a point, you try to give it to whoever walks up to you.
This is a terrible thing to
I
do.
thought I gave you all my money.
You did.
should. You should never.
I did.
You should never have money.
I'm
ever.
not sure where it went.
As long as you are with us, you don't need money.
Well, if I find more, I'll certainly give it to you.
That is good. You don't want to give it to random
You're
people.
obviously irresponsible.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have acted.
We raised you better than this.
You did not raise me. Please don't say that.
Does your dragon Is your dragon upset with you? After what you did last night?
Yes.
What did she say?
I think the dragon is probably more upset that you lost to a woman
Probably.
in a fight.
I don't see why that is relevant.
I don't see why it's relevant either.
Well,
Neither
this
do
is-
I.
This is different. Ben loses to a female dwarf.
Female dwarves are very strong.
This one was
Yes,
very
so-
small.
Not this
We
one.
are all very small.
That's smaller than you.
She was like a child.
I'm small like a child. What do you
Very
make of it?
unlikely.
Oh, Bree.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make a ruckus and lose.
You almost broke
the
the
fight.
table. You almost broke the table.
I,
You were Cossack dancing on top of the table.
We did
I'm
get
gonna start walking
very-
away. I'm very upset.
Sure.
Yeah. So Baron, nickel shaving bowl over his private area,
Correct.
begins walking northward along the road.
Hate to
Come
see
on,
him leave,
come
but I
on.
love to watch him.
Oh god. Oh no. What is happening?
Smoothest you've ever seen.
Twinkles the sunlight.
Now that is some fan art I want to see.
I was born like this. Leave me alone.
I'm gonna commission some special artists on Twitter.
Wow. It's gonna be on Twitter Dark.
That's the only Twitter there is.
So, we can either go north to the monastery, which is our goal, or we can go back to town to get beer and pants.
Baron, I just go into my bag and go.
Why did you burn his pants?
I just go into my
They
disguise
were pretty
kit
ripped.
and
Unless
look
you know how to
through
sew.
the.
I don't want to pay for
I go
pants.
in
No
my
pants.
bag. Because
He has no money.
I have a couple.
Trade for them.
I have a few sets. I have a
Cannot
couple sets
trade.
of clothes for disguises.
I don't have stuff to trade.
I could hollow out one of those tiefling horns you could wear as a
I
codpiece.
find like I have a set of like shabby like farmhand type clothes that have long pants, and I just take the dagger, I cut the pants so that way they're shorts.
I'm walking away, so.
What the fucking pants?
No, I've already started to walk away.
Baron, I have pants for you.
Did you make him capris?
Excuse me?
They'd be caprice for me, but no, they'll be like pants for you.
What did you say?
I have pants for you. Put these on so you can leave.
I'll run over.
Wash your
Go
hands.
like this. Thank you.
I gotta say, that's amazing. There's no swing to it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
What do I owe you for this?
just wear them. And you see these? And I pull out the parts of the pants that were cut off. Put these on your arms.
No.
That's what I ask of you. If
No,
you owe me,
I want
put
to
these
go
on.
back to town to ask about the other Aga and what is happening there.
I just want to go home. You guys make me drink and fight.
Just listen.
You
could
chose
say
to drink
no.
on your own. You chose to fight on
I'm
your
listening to you.
I'm not against that, but I feel as if we find out information, that means that we then have to go back to the other town, kill that Aga.
We don't need to kill
Come-
the Aga yet.
You wanted to.
I do want to, yes. It's not wanted, I want to. But not right now. We are far away from there, and we are going in the other direction.
If I may, how about we take this one step at a time?
We are.
Let's go to the monastery, see if Burns' dragon or masters or whoever's there know about what's going on with the guy.
But we are here now.
Maybe they know more than we do, because I know we don't know very much at all.
His people.
I mean, if he's the foolish one of them, maybe. Maybe they're all like him. You're right.
Well, we don't know. His friend got lost in our city.
This is true.
This is like
Did not
impossible.
get lost.
What if
What happened to
what if the dragon is like him too?
You know the story. I'm not gonna go over it.
I know the story, but we don't know what happened to him.
Some sort
No,
of
we don't.
scandalous dragon.
Exactly.
I don't know the story. What happened?
His
We're
friend.
talking about
Vistra.
Vaseline.
Yes. What?
Well,
what
I don't know.
He left. He left Baron to die.
He abandoned him in the city.
He abandoned his only friend.
Not
Why? When did he leave you?
went missing.
When?
When we were. I told you all of this.
All right.
No,
How many-
you didn't tell me all
Baron
this.
and Vistra arrived at the Black Horn. Inda and I were there. Baron's friend Vistra comes with us on the tour. Vistra says, I have to go to the restroom or something, whatever he says. and then he does not come
He
back.
never came back.
He does
No.
not come back.
This is
We looked for him for a while.
He did not abandon. Maybe he was kidnapped.
We looked for him for
Possibly.
quite a few days. Right, Ben?
He's probably dead by
Yes.
Do not
He
say
is
this.
very
now.
sure.
Well, I mean, the first 48 hours.
Ben will
was
get very
worse.
I'm sure.
Ben will get very upset.
I'm sure
You see what he's doing right now? He's
He
been
is
there
a
for a
s-
week now.
He
Not
is
like
a
a week
strong
yet?
man, correct?
Yes, very.
They may have taken him for a slave.
This
don't.
is not true.
This seems
Well, maybe-
highly.
What? You don't have human slaves? We've seen more.
I do not have human slaves.
The royal you. Your people have human slaves. You keep them as
You
chattel.
You like to
Absolutely,
say this.
absolutely, yes, they work
Right?
very
I've seen
hard.
it, and I don't need your
They have,
confirmation.
they have
but
some
thank you.
incredible,
You like to
they have
say
an incredible
these things.
constitution.
They are not my.
Can we please go to the monastery?
You say tieflings. That is fine. Tieflings. Some tieflings do have human slaves. Yes, this is true.
We already decided to go to the
If
monastery.
Visra were a slave, we would have found him before we left.
Possibly.
Definitely.
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 So he's alive and he is well.
Yes.
Most likely at the monastery.
Well,
We go
that's
there.
where he is.
The plan, we have made the plan. We've already decided.
This is why Ben wants to go back and find Visra.
If he abandoned you like a.
He would have
Newborn
never
baby.
abandoned me.
He thinks that something else happened.
Who abandoned
Why would he
you
go
one
back?
baby?
Why would he go back to the monastery without you? He didn't
I
abandon you.
don't know. Maybe he came back and I was gone.
I think that is his teacher is trying to teach him a
It's
lesson.
like a child getting lost in the mall, trying to go back to his
But
house.
maybe not. I don't know.
Nice. Let's
Don't try to insight check the DM. You're giving me looks.
I'm not.
then let's
You
try.
just so happen to be in the
I love that you
direct
guys
line.
like. You made one plan this entire campaign, but you will second guess it every session. I love it.
Let us go. It is not far.
Only 30
It's
weeks.
not far.
Yes, only 10 months away. We have been traveling there for years, it seems.
Well, there's only one more city between
Correct.
there and.
It is a big city.
We should go back first.
Oh
We are
my God.
already here.
I agree with you. We should ask at least.
Yeah, I guess.
You
What can happen? We asked the question.
I would
I
kill
don't
them.
know.
I could kill them.
You will
No.
not kill them.
Grandma,
You do not kill
Never
on a god
know.
unless you have to.
Wow.
This is not something that should
Every
happen.
place we have gone to, we have killed.
Yeah, so
Not
that's
true.
change.
Not true, correct. Badi has killed somebody.
I have killed no one.
I have killed no one.
Hold
As
on.
well.
You didn't kill anyone?
No.
I might have.
Ben is too weak to kill somebody.
I might have killed some people.
I've killed
You
three
killed. I thought you were not evil.
Well, yeah, but.
You are evil. You kill.
Self-defense.
Look
No,
in the mirror and
self-defense.
kill yourself.
You are evil.
Self-control.
That is killing. It's evil.
I've killed 3 people since I met
You are evil too.
See? Evil. I killed no one.
I don't even know good evil. What does this mean?
That's just Tanaki's thing.
You kill when you need to survive.
I am
Self-defense.
It's killer beat.
purely trying to
They
find
attack
out
us
what
first.
Tanaki thinks is evil.
We've already decided to go to the monastery.
We are going to the monastery
Eventually.
in
There's
a couple
no
in a
need.
couple hours.
What could happen?
Ben, you start walking to the monastery. We'll go back to town and catch up with you. How about that?
Yeah. Stubby legs.
You just walk. We'll run back real quick.
By yourself.
And then run all the way to you again.
Fine. Let us go and see what is wrong with this
We'll
cigar.
fast travel
You
to
might-
you.
We can
Yes.
find what.
You might get kidnapped like your friend if you go off alone.
Quiet.
And if they, oh, I thought I abandoned you.
They'll think they stole a child because you're hairless, but
They would
then
not
you
mess
learn-
with a dwarf, I don't think.
Do they know he's a dwarf from afar?
Well, this is
Doesn't
a good
look
question.
like one.
This is a good point.
He doesn't even talk like one.
All right, let's go.
He sure does dance like one.
Like a drunk
That's
infant.
Did you get this man's name? The green tiefling.
Billy.
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 The bartender told
It
us.
is an
yeah.
odd name for a tiefling.
For anyone, really.
Billy.
It's because he looks like a goat.
He
I
doesn't-
don't think you should say that.
He didn't look like a
Ever
goat.
again.
I've never seen a green goat before.
I think that's a thing you don't say to
Are you-
tieflings.
Are you saying his horns look like a goat's horns?
Yes.
You're saying tieflings look like goats.
Some
Breed-
of them.
Bree gets mad and I insult, but then she insults and that's okay.
Well, let's make sure to stare at it.
Yes, it would be like if everyone called you goat people to your face all the time. Wouldn't it?
Ox people.
I do not call you ox people.
It's true.
Oxmen.
I have
Call her
respect for
nothing.
people.
I call you grandma, okay?
Call
That's
you
very
Lizzie.
respectful.
I call people by their names.
We are wasting a significant
We're
portion
walking
of our
in.
time.
Where are you walking to?
We're
You
walking
have
to the
not been
Agaz
walking.
house.
to
Agaz house.
You guys head towards the Agaz house, the home of the Agaz. Walking the opposite direction of the many
Encounters.
largely
Oh.
halfling. Yeah, you all die. No. Rocks fall. You guys went the wrong way. Sorry.
Turn to page 174.
Yeah. You die. Choose your own adventure. Yeah, so the mostly halfling farmers that are heading out, but you head towards the center of the city, which is fairly, not live. I mean, again, it's a tiny little town. I keep saying city, but it's really like a little hamlet, right? But you head towards the center, towards this Kaifen that is towering just as tall in this town as it is in the larger ones you've been in. And make your way to the 2-story kind of colonial style home of the Agad, the front door of which opens right onto the street.
You want to knock this time?
I will knock.
I'm gonna hide to not be seen with the questioning, but like with an earshot.
Okay. Roll a stealth check. Everyone else is at the door.
Very, very well hidden with a 7.
Okay. You're 7 hidden. After a little while, the door opens. And again, it's the same tiefling man you saw the night before. The husband of the Akai. Who was there the night before? Maki was hiding, and it was
Just me and Inda.
you and
Oh.
okay. He says,
Good morning, Learn.
hello. This is a mighty big group of people that you have here. Did we not say that you would not try and assassinate my wife?
I would never try to assassinate your wife. My compatriot here has some formal business here.
Opens the door a little bit wider and kind of like half steps out.
What do you mean assassinate your wife?
I asked if she was okay. He took it out of context.
Okay.
I mean, people try and kill the Agad to become the next Agad. That is how things go, yes?
Baal. Can I call you Baal?
What's his name? It's Learn.
I suppose.
I was wrong.
I don't want to be the Aga of anything.
I think it's unlikely you would be, so that is good.
All I want is for you to answer my friend's questions so we can leave this town.
Okay.
Thank
She says, fully steps out, kind of like closes the door behind him, just moves into the street a little bit. As people are walking by and kind of giving you all looks as you're standing there.
Are you familiar with the Aga in, what was it, Golonin? In Golonin?
The Aga of Golanin, I am not familiar, no.
Well-
I believe they've had the same Aga for some time in that town.
There is a pestilence in Golonin.
Oh.
Something terrible.
Something we are worried spreading to our livestock, to our crops.
Well, livestock for sure. There were goats that were dying. Nasty, nasty creatures.
We are somewhat familiar with the problems up in the hills there. That is why we keep our livestock to the north side of the town.
So
You
you
probably
do
did not walk by very much, but
So you do know of this.
somewhat, I suppose. I know that, it is maybe not the most clean place.
Do travelers...
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
That's good.
5.
Seems straightforward.
Do travelers coming north on the road ever report anyone missing?
I don't usually take reports from travelers coming north from the road. No one reports things to me. Many
But you
people
must-
just pass through here.
You
They're either
must hear
going
things. You live here.
Rumors?
rumors about Golonin.
Anyone traveling north on the road would come here next.
Of course, yes, but we take care of our own town.
There are strange things happening there. Very strange.
If you say so, that is why I will stay here.
The Aga of Golonin There is something very wrong with this man.
I am not speaking of the Aga of Golonin. If you are not here to assassinate my wife,
We
that
are not
is
here to
wonderful.
assassinate anyone.
If
He
you wish to
immediately
go
jumps
to
to
Golonin and assassinate the Aga there,
We are not assassinating
That is-
anybody.
We would be very bad at this. Have you seen this one? We would not be very good assassins.
I'm just gonna smile at him.
We are traveling through. We don't want to be a god. Your wife is fine.
Where is your wife anyway?
she is away right now.
Where?
Away? She has many important things to do.
But she is a god here.
She is Aga here.
Then why does she leave?
She is in town, she's just away from the building.
She was away last night too.
This is strange.
She is busy. Why is it strange? Are you in your home right now?
No.
And you are not a guy yet. You have things to do.
Where's Billy?
Billy?
Yes, your son.
I don't know. He's away too. He's not busy. I don't know what he does.
He is your son. You do not know what he does.
He's my son. He's not a child any longer. You see the children. They walk through the streets. They are fine.
He plays at the tavern.
Falandar is a safe place.
He plays at the tavern.
There is no pestilence in Falandar.
No.
So why do you bother me with pestilence?
I am asking if you know because you are in a close, yes, that's the word, proximity to this
Not
place.
that close. It's a day's travel away.
What if somebody gets sick and comes here?
We are a day from Chalnagar as well.
I don't know what happens in Chandnagar.
You conduct no trade with either Chalnagar or Golonin when you abut them on the road?
Trade? Tieflings don't trade.
What do you mean you don't trade?
We are Falandar. We don't trade. We have what we need here. If
Yeah.
we had more, we would not be so poor, but we don't have much, so we have what we have.
You do not trade with the merchants that come through?
Sometimes they trade. They say, I need a room. Here is this thing. I need this. This is for you.
So a merchant may have traded with the tieflings of Golonin and then traveled north and traded with you. By the transitive property, you trade with Golonin.
I don't trade with anybody.
Fine. Are we done here?
This man is being very stubborn.
I don't think you
he
understand
is.
how things work here.
There is certainly no need to fight over this. We've
Burn,
wasted enough.
burn. We're
If
not
you
gonna
saw,
fight
put
nobody.
it this way. Here's a better way to explain. If you saw this man
Which man?
and the creatures, the Aga in
I
Golonin,
cannot see the Agav Golem.
if you did, you would be very disturbed. Like us.
Then that is why I was still in Falandar. Falandar may not be
But
the
why
most-
could this happen?
I do not know. I am here. You ask me about Golonin, you must go to Golonin to find out. If that is where you want to be.
Is something wrong with the
If
Kaifen?
you want a nice
Is something
place.
wrong with the Kaifen?
Nothing is wrong with the Kaifen. The Kaifen keeps us safe.
I know this.
They do not understand. How could you ask me that? You.
There is something wrong with their Kaifen, maybe. I'm telling you, I saw it with my eyes.
And the town will fall into the earth
It will.
like those in the past.
It will. That Aga is not doing anything there. Something should be done about this. You are the next town over.
Yes. We are here and they are there.
Do you not care? If that town was to fall, you wouldn't care at all?
It does not affect me.
This man is a fool.
This is
Don't
not-
call me a fool.
We are leaving now.
Good. Leave my town.
It's
Your
not
town.
your town. It's your wife's town. Fool. Pathetic. Let's go. This man speaks above his station.
What is your station?
This does not concern you. You speak above yours, calling this your town.
You
live,
come
you
here.
live here. This is not your town.
Dirty, stinking, no bath for weeks.
I spent
suppose.
points in this town, in Falandar. I deserve to stay.
You spend points you don't have. The darkness, as his eyes sink in.
I have these points. I have plenty of them.
You have spent Too many!
You do not tell me how to spend my points. You think I am afraid of you?
And your points are split.
I cast Detect Magic.
Something weird going on, man. There's no item, there's no specific magical thing, but there's some sort of effect, right? There's some sort of magical effect going on. If you brought like specific schools, that kind of thing, I'd have to take a sec to really think about that with them in front of my face, so we can do that.
If I may, I'd like to step by as if I even speak directly at him.
Starts to float
Okay, I'm going to look right at him. I'm going to say to
a
him,
few inches off the ground.
if you continue to play blind and not observe what happens around you,
Valendar is not such a bad place to be.
This is true. We had no troubles in Falendar.
Perhaps you should spend the rest of your points here.
For what in exchange?
You could remain.
And do what?
Serve.
Bidiaga.
Serve Valendar.
Bidiaga. That is what you ask of me.
Is that what you wish?
No, I do not wish this. You ask me my station. I don't care. Falendar is your place, that is fine. I care about why Golonin is so disgusting.
Golonin is disgusting.
Yes, it is.
Because that is how Golonin was created.
In filth?
Valendar is a good place to be. You could stay, be happy here.
No, I don't think so.
All it would cost is your remaining points.
I don't think so.
You play fast and loose with what you have.
You should see my friends. man.
offer
He's
him.
not-
You should offer his points.
He does not have any.
I
Floats
spent
a-
half a goat.
Floats a few inches higher.
Oh.
You about a half a foot off
So,
the ground now.
If I could speak to him,
You spread your points around.
I purchase things with them, sure. I don't give them away freely.
But where will that leave you in the end?
This is a good question for me to find out.
If you wish to return to Valendar, I will accept your remaining points. You will be safe. You will be happy. You will be comfortable.
I will consider this. But we do not have a deal at this time.
Starts floating slowly back down until the feet land. The eyes just kind of like, that darkness just like seeps out as the pupils of the man Baal. And he blinks, and you see like smoke blink from between his lids as the rest of it dissipates.
Are you alright, Bob?
Do I still sense the magic or is it gone?
It's gone. And he like starts opening the door, and then like goes in and closes the door with a thud behind him.
Let's go. This man Baal is a fool.
this town will fall.
This
Point
town-
of note: the streets are crowded. People saw this. They are freaked out. Particularly, I think the halflings. There's something right about tieflings that live under the Kaifen that they kind of right? A lot of times I make you guys roll. There's something you know, and even if you don't know it, like you know it
Yeah.
somewhere in you. And though they didn't know from their looks, you can surmise that this was a thing that could happen. They can accept it a little bit. The many halflings around just watch a guy that they probably know, eyes sunken in and floating off the ground and speaking in a weird voice that wasn't his.
Oh, good. Another one of these. I just, minor illusion, my eyes see the dark thing, like, ooh, it's like another one of that. Let's get the fuck out of here.
His wife is not their guy, I don't think.
I doubt it too. I bet he doesn't even have a wife.
Who are you talking to?
I do not feel like explaining this right now. We should go,
You'll have to eventually.
but not in front of all these people.
It's too many. See? All these halflings. Freak out.
Too many eyes on us.
Yeah.
Let's go.
See
Are you okay, Ben? You look scared, like you piss yourself or something.
He just looks that way.
What's
The
he
shadow.
really scared of?
You seem like you are afraid of this man.
No.
Okay, good. He's a fool.
There's no effect on me.
You guys start heading.
Yep.
As you're walking, you walk, around the Kaifen back to the way you were going, away from the Aga's house. As you kind of go back around to the main road and you're heading out now northward towards the next town, it does not take you long to realize you're being followed. They're not terribly stealthy. There's a group of roll a d12. Zeph. It's a crowded street.
7.
There's a group of 7, mostly young, fairly young tieflings, kind of following you. And you see their eyes darting as they do, as you kind of look back to other people, almost asking, who else has our back? And as you're walking and you kind of get around, one of them yells, "Hey,
Yes, what do you want?
what are you doing in our town?
We are leaving, as you can see.
You're causing problems."
I did not cause problems. Your Baal, this man, is a fool.
Baal is a good man.
Yeah, he sure looked like one, floating over the ground with smoke coming out of his
The
face.
Aga takes care of Falendar. We don't want your trouble.
There's no trouble
No
here.
trouble here.
Not yet, anyway.
He's the Aga.
He is not the Aga, he's the husband of the Aga.
We are simply leaving. Just let us know.
You speaking to us is keeping us here longer than we wish to be.
Don't come back through Falendar. You are not welcome,
Oh, what?
Sure.
or it will be taken care of.
Okay,
I
child.
see. I see.
This child speaks like an adult. Let's get out of here.
They all speak about this station, thinking they can say what we do.
When the worms come for them,
This is true.
they will feel. We'll see how they feel then.
We are leaving. No,
Go then,
we are.
Good luck
Go.
to you, boy.
We are.
boy.
Thank you.
Ben, do not be nice to this child. He does not know what he does.
Call
They
him-
need
Call
help.
him the goat man.
They need help.
As you guys turn,
We tried
right? As you turn and go, they follow at a distance, but they follow until you break the edge of the city, and they stop, kind of right at the edge and watch for a while as you go to make sure you guys are going. The crowd grows a little bit, right, as they walk. It's not like a mob, quite, but it's a decent amount of people, and they seem slightly freaked out that you're messing with their head family.
I urinate in the general.
Not that you were
I
messing with
urinate
them,
in the
but
general
that's probably
direction.
their perception of the thing,
Matt, I urinate in the general direction.
Tanaki, listen to me.
I'll make sparks come out of his piss.
Don't do that.
Tanaki, listen to me. The Aga have power. Does this make sense to you?
We're walking and talking, but
Yes.
Yeah, I
That-
know.
Yeah, we'll walk
You
back
stop,
around.
you pee,
we
turn
are
around.
continuing to
No,
walk.
and that was strange. But normally the Aga has power.
Yes. Yes, he had none. There was no magic coming from him after
But-
the thing went away.
But this creature, we will call him, he can say what goes in that house. Does this make sense to you?
Is it different from every town?
It seems similar
Well,
with the eyes. The eyes seem
I can
to
only
be
talk-
similar.
I can only speak about Dalbas. In Dalbas, the Aga is the Aga. There's no family of the Aga, but I think the Aga's whole family, there's power. Does this make sense?
No.
It is hard for me to explain to an outsider.
There's something else there. Not just them.
Yes, I know. I understand what you're saying, and I don't really know how to tell you this. You are not a tiefling. You would not understand.
It takes over their body.
Detect magic earlier?
Hmm.
Sorry. Transmutation magic. And you would have noticed that he has a magical item. Sorry, I didn't think about that until now.
Your bowl is magical.
Interesting.
The cup,
The Dick Spirit cup.
It is a bowl.
whatever it is, it is magic.
It's a thimble.
What type of magic is it?
Can you tell me?
Transmutation.
Can you tell me what this is?
I need a list. That's one of the things I have to add to this. I need a list of the magical.
No, I can't do that, but I know it's magic.
That means it is valuable, Ben.
So you should.
So don't give it to somebody.
Although,
Bear, let me just hold it for you. You don't even
What?
have a bag.
Ben,
Fine, lose it then.
Don't let Ben keep his.
Lose
peace
it
up.
then.
Cup's generous when he's.
I was given
that's
this
what it's
bowl.
for.
Thimble, whatever you want to call
The
it.
thimble.
It's not a thimble.
Why are they so preoccupied with points?
Yeah. Well, I was
Listen.
always kind of concerned that the full one is called a hex because, you kind of don't want a hex on you.
You do want the hex on you. That gives you power.
No, not the monetary hex. Like a curse hex.
I don't know what that means.
Curses
A
are
curse.
very bad.
It's like
Like
bad.
magic.
Yes.
I haven't heard of that.
It's also called. Some people call it a hex. The same word,
Mm.
two meanings.
In different parts of the world. You have heard this?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe so. I know that points have always been 6 points have always been a hex for a very long time.
Yes.
Well, you don't know this, Ben.
I'm pretending to.
But why do they not want you to spend your points in their town?
No, they want you to.
No,
No,
they
he
don't.
said he
Well, they
did
don't.
not.
Who you
But
say
then he wanted
they?
all
What
of
do you
them.
mean?
Yeah. The family.
A person
You have
took over.
Roll. I'm gonna say an intelligence or a wisdom.
Okay.
Or a wisdom check. I mean.
That's a 4.
Okay. Mysteries.
They have a problem when we spend money in their town.
The only
But then the.
I don't know why it makes them mad, but I know why they want the money for themselves. I do know that.
And they don't trade it between themselves.
Who is they? What do you speak of?
We just talked to him. He said they don't trade amongst each other. Falinar does not trade with Golonin. Golonin does not trade.
You must think of. It is hard to explain.
I know, this is why I stopped.
Think of Falendar and the Aga as its own place. Golonin, Falendar, Dalbaz, Chalnagar, they're all different.
They all have different things. You trade
No.
those things with each other, and then
They
you all
don't
have
want
them.
to. They don't want to.
Why? It doesn't make any sense.
They're insane.
It's their
They're
way.
clearly insane. You saw their leader was just. I'm sorry,
This-
not their leader. Their leader's husband was just floating with smoke coming out.
Doesn't seem insane though, and it seems they are governed by a logic that you are unwilling to explain.
This is
And I do not know why.
this is how it has always been, buddy.
I wonder why the one with the black eyes. He wanted your money. He wanted your points.
Everybody wants the money, Ben.
Yes,
That's
but
what
then-
you don't get.
But then,
I tell you, I yell at you when you spend the money.
but
You don't know what you're doing. That's the problem.
However,
I know what I'm doing.
the
You
normal one did not want our money
No, they don't want the people to have the money.
to keep them.
They don't want us to give our money to their people.
That is power. I say this to you. Money is power.
Little do they know it is not.
You don't know these things, Ben. You just say things out of your mouth.
No, I truly believe it. There's no need for
That does not make it true.
It is useless.
A fool believes everything he says.
Fool relies on money for power.
Baron, you're wearing a potato sack in my shorts.
So
Ben, you have a fucking cup. You don't know what you're talking about.
it is a bowl.
It's magical.
It is magical. He won it. This other man did not know it was magical, otherwise he would
I
not have
won
bet
it.
on it.
I
Well,
thought you said I lost.
You did. It
You
was a
did.
con- it was a con- it was a
you lost a fight.
constant.
I lost and then won.
You won the losing prize. Yes.
I did.
Yes. It's a dwarven thing.
You won an
You think we know that?
you won an arm wrestling match. Yes, this is true.
And then she beat you because you did
Can I
not have the
inside
common
him?
sense.
Can I
Go
check that?
Go
Say
ahead.
again?
Can I check him
Go ahead.
telling me that I lost a fight to
Yes,
a girl?
absolutely. Deception versus
Beat 11.
insight.
What is it?
11.
Your insight.
11.
Wow.
So we roll again.
It's like
No,
he, he got your DC.
Oh,
he got
okay.
the DC is how that works.
For some reason, I feel like, why would you lie to me?
Because you believe everything that's said to
The
you.
first time you've ever lied. Why? About something stupid.
You were drunk. I wanted to see what you would say. I wanted to see exactly how much of what you did you retained. You did well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You still owe me a point.
There are things that would make you upset if you do. It is better that we don't.
I'm always upset.
Well, then this is true. In case you could not tell, the Aga have power because they are. How do you say this?
They take the money.
Puppets?
Yeah, they're not really the ones in charge. They are figureheads.
Puppets.
But each is different.
Yes.
So is it the same?
Do you
one?
ever wonder why tieflings all look different, so different?
They're adjusted to their environment. The Aga of the last town was adjusted for a diseased location.
Well,
Like the birds in the hills.
what the fuck are you talking about?
The birds in the hills and the mountains. They're different.
Yes, you are correct, Baron. Very good.
Dwarves are different and. Bro,
Argacrity.
careful.
I didn't say dwarves. I said birds.
Humans are different, but tieflings are the most different. Right? You would say this, right, Bree?
Yes.
Sure.
It is because of what Inda says, your environment. I think
different.
I don't know how to explain it because I don't really know the answer to your questions. I know some of what you ask, but not all of it.
So not every tower.
The Kai Fen, stop that.
Excuse me.
Put your hands down.
Not every Kai Fen.
Put your hands down.
Do not do this when you talk
That's
about
offensive.
Kai
That's
Fen.
offensive.
You made that up.
Everything's made up.
So the Kai Fen is
The Kai Fen
Controlled.
protects us.
by different.
I did not.
Stop it.
You are saying
By
things you
different-
don't know, Bear.
No, I'm
I don't know
asking
this.
questions.
I don't know this.
Simply.
I'll answer whatever you ask.
I simply wanted to know if it was different.
Are either of you trained in religion?
No.
You can both roll religion checks if you want to. I'm always down for this.
Ooh, an
guys.
18 minus 1, baby.
So 17 for both of us.
17 for
Nice.
both of us.
Okay, that's all you got then.
That was a 20 DC.
Probably.
That sucks.
You are ignorant of your own ways.
It was a 20 DC for the Kaifan protects us, guys.
Well,
If you remember.
Oh yeah.
His rolls.
you don't.
Yeah, without training, it's probably unlikely
I-
to get.
We are not ignorant to our own ways. Sazish says what goes.
I feel like
This is all you need to know.
Understand, I am not the most spiritual of people. I'm more focused on the here and now, honestly.
This is true. I am.
I wonder
kind of
if
the
you
same
are
way.
being lied to.
Truthful. Lied to by who?
Sazish.
No, you do not insult Sazish.
No, I
the one
simply-
true God. This way.
Your God. Yes.
I would not do this with him. I'm just saying.
No, I just simply wonder if even you don't know anything about it. Simply, you must be being told a lie.
Ben, you are such a fool. I feel bad for you
Possibly.
that you think this way. You don't even speak to your dragon. I speak to Zazish.
I have tried.
Yes, you did something the last time we fought. That was from Sazish.
I have some powers that Sazish gives me, yes.
I have powers too.
I did not deny that Prakrtic root exists, only that Sazish is the one true God. You heard this.
Hmm.
Did you see them?
Who?
The ones I called forth.
I did. That was impressive.
Yes.
Interesting.
Is this your God, or is this you?
This is those who have passed on.
Yes, your ancestors. I would
Return.
say.
Yes.
It's a story.
This is what Buddy says. I am just trying to learn the words of the.
What, you don't have family?
I do not have family. That's why. Is that what you are asking?
Asking if tieflings have family?
Are you asking if tieflings have families, or are you asking if I have family?
Do tieflings have live births or do they lay eggs?
I'm asking, do you know the name of your grandfather?
My grandfather.
Your great grandfather?
On mother's side or father's side?
You know both. That is good.
I did not say this. I am asking it.
Then you know neither.
Maybe, maybe not. Why does this matter? What if grandfather and grandmother were both a piece of shit?
Doesn't matter. It's where you came from. It is their blood in your veins, not Sazish's.
You don't know this.
It is them who make you who you are.
Are your ancestors not descendant from Prakrtic root?
You can take that up with Mungus.
Can
It's a question.
is there a way
He's
to
dead.
can you know your ancestors? Is there a way to know them if you haven't known them before? If
You saw the smoke.
I did, I mean, if I did you know all of the ancestors personally that were brought to you? Did you
I
know
saw
them?
I recognized one of them, yes.
So it could be possible to.
You may be lucky that all of your ancestors were great warriors.
Not all.
They may be important people in your tribe, right? My ancestors could not be important, or maybe they were, but I don't know. Tough to say.
It doesn't matter if they're important. It matters that
Sure
they're
it
yours.
Okay, I guess.
What if they're only maybe yours?
All of mine are only maybe mine. The children that I have are raised by the tribe. My grandchildren are raised by the tribe. None of us know which calves are ours.
I see. This is strange, but
To you, maybe.
it makes sense in a way.
So
Tieflings are sometimes raised this way.
It's a good way to raise them.
It is not customary, but it happens. Sure.
Actually, that's kind of how they do it where I come from. That's why no one has a last name. We don't separate by families. We're just one big group.
Neither do we.
But you have a mother and father, don't you?
Yes.
I see. What about you, Ben? You have a surname,
Hmm?
your family,
Hmm?
your parents,
Hmm?
but they hate you.
No.
We went over this.
No, his mother cared for him to give him away. She did not wish him to be.
This is correct.
Teased like we are. Looks like it didn't work.
We're making up for lost time, I see.
Ben, why don't you want to visit them?
I can't.
Why not?
He's banished.
You can.
They told
You are
me.
a grown man. You can do what you want.
They told me.
We don't know that.
Banishment
I've been
can
told I
mean
shouldn't go back.
bad things.
They will not kill him for coming back to his home.
They will let him in.
Well,
Maybe. Or if he tries to get in
How
real
do you
hard,
know?
they'll kill him.
How do you know what happens? You don't know his people.
Really?
Maybe they are upset that they banish you.
no.
How do
Probably not.
What were the circumstances of this banishment?
They just didn't trust me being there, that's all.
They did not
Can I
trust.
insight check him? See if he's.
When you were with those dwarves last night, they did not seem angry with you at first. They seem almost.
14.
What did they seem?
Persuasion or deception?
9.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell him if I'm lying?
Yeah.
I'm sort of lying.
He's giving half truths.
I'm getting half truths about
Yeah.
how I feel and what's true.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think you're telling the whole truth. Just as you caught me not telling the whole truth earlier.
He doesn't know you that well.
Ben,
So,
could you go back home?
No.
what did you do?
Maybe not for a long time, but for a short time.
No.
What did you do, Bert?
I did nothing. I was simply born like this.
This is possibly true. He does.
I don't.
He does not look the same as his people.
He doesn't strike me as a schemer.
The other dwarves were not mad at you last night. Not at first.
They probably weren't from where I'm from.
They knew about you.
They did.
You're famous. Infamous
Seems
even.
most people do.
This
There
is
aren't many like me.
good and bad, I suppose. You have a reputation.
Ooh, we should get you some fake hair or something so that you can like blend in. Because then all the dwarfs are gonna know exactly which one you are. So there's no lying.
Then
There's
he
no need
becomes
to hide.
he becomes a great hero.
I don't. No need to hide.
All of you are so endlessly fascinated with Baron. Why? It's not that complicated.
He has no hair.
That's very simple.
You think it's simple. What if a Prakete had no hair?
We went over this.
Or
already.
Prakete
We did go over this.
They're different, they don't care.
They are scared.
It's a
They're
long.
different, they don't
journey.
care, but it would be odd if a Prakete had no hair.
Yeah, and it's odd if one's all
But we
white.
wouldn't make such a mystery out of it. That you
How
are.
do you know? Have you seen one?
No.
Alright then. Then you cannot say this for sure. What if you did? What if your grandchildren had no hair? You would make a mystery out of it.
The last.
You would want to know why.
They probably just make them some leathers and treat them like normal.
The last. My people are different, and I will say.
Oh, they're humans
As we
with no hair.
continue.
Some, yeah.
Yes.
They lose it.
Well, this is different. Do they ever not have hair at all, or do they lose it?
Okay.
I've never met one.
What
forward.
speed are you going at? Are you like pushing and trying to get to the next town
Oh yeah,
quickly?
we're moving.
We're
Alright,
just
we're
walking. It's just walk
Yeah,
and
we're-
talk.
We are definitely not
We're
paying
passing
attention to our surroundings if we're
Yeah,
having this
that's-
conversation.
okay.
Passing
So-
the time.
You guys go. You go by
Yeah.
fields. You go by open fields. There are quite a few goat herds with their flocks
Do they look?
along this road.
Do they look in any way odd?
Roll a perception check.
That's pretty good. 19.
They look like they're herding goats.
They're hurting or hurting? Like in pain or hurting?
They look as if
E-R-D.
they're trying to keep.
Them in a-
Not the goat. The sheep. I'm sorry. I said goat
Shepherds?
herds. We were talking about goats earlier. Shepherds. They look,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they're
I see what you're saying. Okay.
sheep herds.
Sorry.
It looks like they're keeping.
Are they tieflings or gnomes or humans or dwarves?
halflings. Yeah, mostly half. There are some tieflings. Mostly young people, actually. There are some that are older, but a lot of young people kind of like running around, just keeping
Pretty.
running off to grab
Where are you from?
You
don't
talk
like-
about it.
You don't like to talk at all, except when you get mad. You only get angry and then you speak. This is odd to me.
I don't understand why.
You don't understand why you don't talk?
No, I understand why that's weird to you. I
Because
talk
other
when I feel
People are
feelings.
usually willing to
other
share
people
where they're from.
talk, Bree. You don't talk. You don't like to speak, unless you are pissed off. This is
Or
true,
someone's
Buddy.
playing
Why
music
does
and I
not
get
Bree
excited.
speak to us?
She wouldn't speak to me at first either.
Even Buddy knows this about you.
Bree, if you wish to play music sometime and wish to pass the time, I'd be willing to play music with you if that would help ease the tension with you and the group. That would be fine.
I don't feel tension. I feel
Okay.
fine.
Wonderful.
Alright, let it go. Okay. He doesn't want to talk about it.
That's fine.
Why are you holding your dagger?
About halfway through the day, you start meeting up with other people with carts caravanning southward. Probably less than were passing through Falandar the day before, but still a decent amount. The road here is largely flat, open land.
Don't ask me for nothing.
Two-
Other people.
To your right is the river, and you're fairly close to it, actually, at this point, right?
I'll pass it to
He has a note for you.
I'm listening.
Yeah, but do you be Tony or something for the class?
Would you like to share with
I really like Nick's butt.
I'll read this in just a minute.
I'm horny.
Do you want to on the
From
yes, no.
to Billy from Principal Anderson.
Adam Sandler, if you want to sponsor the stream.
Okay. Some of the road is a bit more elevated, so some of it actually gets fairly close to the river, right? With the river is still very wide, maybe even wider here, right? And pretty quick moving as it flows southward. And you get fairly close. You can see the river, the wide expanse, the more grassy fields on the far bank.
There any craft on the river? Like any dugout?
Make a perception check.
No.
Sure.
It's just clay.
17.
There's not.
It's my turn.
Nope. Oh, I got this. Don't even worry.
Thank you. Okay.
You don't need.
I'm just wondering. I know you got it. You got it. You must burn that now. Burn it now.
No, he's gonna forget
Do
he
we
put it in his
ever-
pocket. I'm gonna find it when I do laundry.
You're like, ha
It's fine. It's in pencil.
Do my people ever travel on the
ha. Did you
Shiny?
write that?
Sure, I mean,
Did you
they
write that
hunt-
You're half circumcised.
Your village is on one side of the river. Most of the Prakir Kruti live on the other side of the river and hunt over there.
So,
So they use crafts to get across.
okay. I wouldn't know how to fashion such a craft if I used to.
You have survival check. I mean, I feel
Sure.
like boat making is not your main thing.
No,
But-
but like, just wonder.
Could you make something to get over a slower moving part
Yeah.
of the river? Yeah, I mean, certainly, absolutely doable.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, right here it's rather quick moving.
Yeah.
Right. It'd be difficult probably to fashion something to get across, but other parts of the river are wider, slow. I mean, this is pretty wide, right? But still quick. But I mean, it widens out, it slows down, it does, river things.
But the tieflings don't seem to cross it.
No. And I think you would know, and I think most people from the valley would know, the Prakir Kruti are over there. I mean, ain't no one want to get in contact with a Prakir Kruti hunting party. You know what I mean? Like that. We saw them in our last campaign, right? This huge herd of Arak riding oxmen coming at you, like in the hundreds. Who wants to mess with that? So
Right.
they kind of stay.
It's a natural barrier.
Really, I mean, think of the tiefling civilizations. They have their town. They are crowded together. There is one road in either direction.
Yeah.
And there are other small settlements around, but for the most part, that's kind of what their life is. Certainly to the south, not that you necessarily need to share this, Inda, but certainly there is more going on in the river itself with boats and everything. We saw that in your flashback a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Where you were on a boat going across to it. So there's more going on
Sweet.
that way. Oh. All right. Are you trying to stop to buy pants from someone?
I already did.
He
gave me.
Oh,
pants.
he gave you pants. That's right. I'm like,
I mean, if we find
no,
somebody,
that's what you wear.
then I will talk
I
to
mean,
them.
there's a lot of people on the road, especially as the closer you get to the next town.
It has
What
to
are
be
you
like
doing? Are you-
blatantly obvious.
Are you just going like
they're
pants? Pants?
showing.
No one's wearing pants.
Well,
pants!
yeah, that's what I'd be
People on the
looking
road. Do you want pants? No, that's.
I'm not like.
Are you doing that? Are you going
Oh.
pants?
No,
Your
no.
pants?
I'm waiting for
So-
somebody to say it. I'm not like.
Towards the end of the day. You're pushing pretty quickly, so the sun is still up, though it's setting, I think. You get towards the next and final valley town. First,
A long way from Del Boss.
you see... It's kind of interesting with the last conversation we just had. There seems to be some sort of building project happening. And you get that first before you hit the town, the city, right? And it's happening on both sides of the river. And there's some sort of structures going up, and there's lots of stuff. Being the end of the day, there's not too many people there, but there are guards kind of around, but there's some sort of large structure, and it seems like a pretty big undertaking, whatever they're doing. There's big holes in the ground where they're putting foundation stones and everything else. So you see that. But there's not much going on this time of night.
And building a Kaifeng.
But and on either side of the and on you go. And there's the Kaifeng. The Kaifeng of Chalnagar, and you can see it with that gleaming bell on the top of the tower, but you can only see the top of the tower.
You want to go meet up with this guy as well?
No.
Whereas
Yeah,
in the
see
other
something like
towns, the Kaifeng is almost the only thing you can see, right? All the other towns, small little huts. This is a city. Not only is it a city, it is a walled city.
Whoa.
Large stone walls, about 25 feet high, around it, with a large gateway in front, open. You're actually not sure that there are gates. It might just be like a large archway to let people through. But the fact that they have walls at all is very strange for this part of the world. And there's a saying over the top of the gateway, and anyone that speaks Infernal can read it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. It reads,
Yeah.
6 and 6 descended in service to Sazish.
6 and 6.
6 and 6 descended in service to Sazish.
I'm gonna tell Baron what it says when he looks at it.
Hairless dwarves are not allowed.
That's not what it says.
He's joking. That's not what it says.
This is a joke, Ben.
Laugh. Haha.
I didn't know
What?
you could tell jokes.
Once you
Tried
get
to do that.
once you get inside, the buildings are real buildings. There are a lot of stone buildings. Though not all of them. Some are made out of wood and timber. Some are made out of like mud and small with kind of thatched roofs, kind of put here and there. But it's not like all the big buildings are in the center. This city is built out and it's large. Too large? It's hard to say. That's the feeling you kind of get.
So there was a
Maybe
wall.
too large for it.
Like an unmanageable size. Is what you mean?
Unmanageable for something, yeah. Can I get through by you guys? I just want to get to the map. Like if I can,
I
if I
thought we
can
were
see
gonna get
my
like I thought
view.
we were gonna get like a super double whisper.
Oh no. So because he's asking about the wall. So the road just kind of like goes on, and there's like some sort with the river going over here. There's some sort of like building projects on either side, right? And then there is a big archway with the writing over the top of it, and then it's an entirely walled city, and the Kaifen, and it's a little oblong. You can kind of tell from the outside. It's not like it's a perfect circle the way that most other towns like almost form. The smaller they are, the easier it is, and the less other things around, right? Sometimes they have to go around natural structures, but it's a bit like it's built out. It's a bit medievalish, city-ish like, right? And or fantasy medieval anyway. And the Kaifen just seems far away from the edge of the city.
Does the wall?
No, you can't tell. You can't really tell because the buildings are high, right? You can't see to the other side of this building, and that alone is fairly strange.
Well, we would assume that's the
part of
center.
You would.
Assume that's the center, because based on how most of the
No,
other
we'd
cities
we'd
are set up.
assume.
I'm not going to tell you what to assume.
So there was
We're
a
assuming
wall,
that's
but it
the
wasn't.
center.
There were no guards. It wasn't manned.
There are guards, not on the gates, but on whatever construction projects were happening over there. There were guards over there. There are not guards at the gates of the city. There are no gates. I'm saying gates. It's a big archway, right? You don't see any portcullis that could come down. There are no gates that can close, but it is certainly a walled city with a big archway with that carved in infernal bingo over
Does it
that arch.
look like they're building a bridge?
Okay, so what check would that be? Perception would tell you they were building something. Yeah, there's not too much of a mechanical thing, right? D&D's not much of a
Just roll and
History
mechanical
or
game.
well, just roll
Probably
and
intelligence. Just
Rolls
roll an
like-
intelligence.
roll like a 1.
8.
You're not sure.
So close to being 18.
What is the
You
point
don't do much about it.
of a wall with a hole in it?
to get in.
To force everything that wants to get in through a small space.
And then when everything is in, the city is destroyed.
I didn't say
My people
I didn't
could-
say it was good.
My
I
people
said
could ride through this wall and burn the city down.
to call them.
I'm asking you under why build a wall at all?
I don't know.
If you're going to leave it open.
This is the first time I've been here. I've never been
I
this
don't
far
know,
away
this-
from Del Boss.
Me neither. I don't.
You two are great at not taking any responsibility for the actions.
Why
Nature of your
on
people.
this whatever planet this is would I take
You have no
responsibility?
concept of a planet.
Yeah, why would I take responsibility for tieflings this far away
Let me
from
ask
my
you this
home in
question.
Del Boss?
Although I think I already know the
We're
answer.
not that far away from Dalbaz.
If one of
this
your
is the first
tribe,
I've been.
what do you call them? A tribe member, a tribe mate, what would you call a friend in your tribe?
A friend, probably.
If your friend does something, then you also do it.
We have our ways, Sylvain, that's the point. We have our ways. We do things a certain way, and there's a reason for it.
And everybody abides by these ways.
It is the way it has always been done.
Well, tieflings don't always do that.
It seems like you do with certain things. That's the thing. Certain things you do all the same, always. And the other things you don't know why you do them at all. So it's a bit disconcerting to me to find that you two don't know why this is done this way.
I don't understand
I'm not
why
from
there's
here.
a wall here. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, what's the point of building a wall if we're to leave a hole in it open with no gate or anything? Or guards? Why don't you guard your cities? Why don't you guard your people?
I don't design this. If I designed this, I would
They
have.
maybe
If I would
want-
have guards.
They want people to come in.
What's stopping me from walking in and cutting the head off the smallest tiefling child that walks by me?
And this conversation happening loudly in this very crowded street. As you get further and further into the city, you realize also there certainly seems to be a main road that heads towards the center, towards the Kaifen of this city. There are a lot of other roads.
You wouldn't start with the smallest.
Wow.
There are a lot
roads.
of other roads that are more than just alleys and kind of cut throughs and more than just second thought. I don't know how else to say it besides it's very city-like. It's more what you would expect from you're playing D&D. You walk into a city. Right?
So the
Like, it's-
people, because in the other cities, the
We're in
people were
Megaton,
just
that's where we are.
putting structures in the middle of roads. That's not
certainly
happening
the way
here.
it's and they were all kind of like alley-ish and like wherever.
But
no,
here it's
there's
different?
there's kind of streets and they're cobblestone.
So
they
it's
are
really
not
advanced.
dirt roads.
That's different.
This is like the most advanced tiefling city I've ever been to.
Yes,
Um,
certainly.
There are, and as you keep, I'm assuming you're walking, right? Like you're
Oh,
walking and talking.
absolutely.
So as you continue to walk and kind of wonder these things, talk about killing children,
I bet you if you ask a guard, he's gonna say the Kaifeng protection.
There's no guards.
there are no guards.
Oh, good.
There are
Yeah.
still
another
no
thing.
guards.
Here's the way I can tell you this
Um,
to answer your question. What Sazish wants for Chalnagar is what happens. Does this make sense? Sazish
It
says
looks
what
like
goes.
Chalnagar's Sazish's favorite.
This may be true.
Has the most stuff.
They are. It is. It seems like a nice place to meet.
Are you the jealous type?
I am not jealous.
I am. I'm very jealous.
So as you, it is crowded. There are, again, majority tieflings,
No
good amount of
guards.
halflings, some gnomes, dwarves, goblins,
Cool.
Wow.
Before.
walking around doing their thing. I mean, probably in passing in town, but otherwise, maybe there's a goblin monk. We can always canon
That's
that.
true. Yeah.
Maybe that's Viscera.
That it would make sense in this part of the world. There may be a goblin monk. I like that idea. We can roll with that.
I like goblin monks.
I met a goblin once.
Wait,
So
why would they be? Why would they be
He
monk?
attacked me.
Oh, I'm just saying it's possible.
well, good because he's from from his monastery, but there could be a goblin monk.
Boy, they can't be a goblin.
Not that here. He's just saying they.
Yeah,
I'm
this
saying
is
it's a possibility.
Did you come through this way, this city, on your way south, Baron?
Yes.
What did you do here?
Nothing.
You
We did very little.
You
we
walked-
had one objective, and that was to get.
traveled for
Why were you
3
even getting to
years
that
straight
city?
without taking a break.
I'm sorry.
You traveled for 3 years straight without taking a break.
Yes,
You've
but
been
I
traveling for
usually
400 years.
Just, no, we usually found the inn, bought food,
Stayed in and leave.
stayed, and left.
Oh, good. What inn did you stay at? That's the one we'll stay at too. What was the name of it?
Super confident. I'm gonna point
That's a terrible name.
in a random direction and say, the name of the inn is inn, and it's over there.
Name of the inn is inn.
I don't
Yes.
believe you.
Seems strange that you would name an inn in a city as big as this.
How could you not?
Seems
believe
strange.
us, actually?
Yes.
Bet you'd be the only one.
It seems strange that Bear knows where he goes.
I feel like he's a baby.
He doesn't even know where his home is.
I don't.
Of course I know where it is.
I have a hard time believing this.
Is there an inn where he
You're
pointed?
just not very confident.
I was super confident when I said that. 100%.
Well,
You said
meet-
super confident.
Meet some more NPCs.
I mean,
I mean, there's more road that way.
Okay.
Let's head towards the center because I feel like that's what we've done to end every town.
Yeah, so
Free,
let's-
this is a big place. Don't get lost.
Through the sound, the commotion of the town as the sun is setting, there is a that huge. You know when you hear an eagle, or maybe even in a show, and it booms and it cuts through everything.
Yeah.
You hear that. There is a big, like this call of an eagle as it just this high pitched screech goes out, and you guys look in the air and you notice 3. Make perception checks. Those that want to.
It's
19.
Oh my god.
Perception?
11.
18?
10.
30, 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You see a golden bird.
Gobbles
No.
Yes. Yes.
There are 3 birds. They seem. It's hard to tell. They're really high, but they seem like they're rather big. You're pretty sure they're humanoid. Brain.
Yikes.
Wait,
Yikes.
what did you say there? They're birds.
They're humanoid birds.
I know what that is.
Humanoid birds.
They look like people.
You can roll.
They look like people, they are
a
birds.
They're people birds.
What the hell is a people bird?
History?
Can I-
19.
Me too? Or just
Sure.
Are we talking like
Ooh,
massive
pretty good.
building
Minus
size?
150.
No.
No, it's human.
Oh, it's
Oh,
human
nice.
size. Okay.
19.
What'd you got?
15.
Yeah, I think with a 19, you've heard of them. You don't necessarily know what they're called.
I've heard of them.
How close are they?
Yeah, like it's a thing.
Like people that are also birds. Do I know?
They're flying, and Bull kind of now starting to move more further northward.
Do
as
I
they're
know
going.
anything about? I might not know what they're called, but do I know what they may do or what they're about?
19 has to.
They're
Okay.
gonna kill us.
I could go see what they are.
There are bird people. You're pretty sure they live to the mountains in the north. You probably don't want to approach them, I think is the general impression you would have. Yeah, like they're probably not terribly approachable. You're not going to go by want a drink.
So what I'm probably gonna do is when she said that's what she saw, I'm just kind of gonna step under a one of the overhangs or canopy rather over of one of the buildings and say, "Zipping those, don't mess with those." That's all I know. I don't know what they're called, but I've heard they're bad.
I'd have no idea being from.
Oh, you can definitely roll a history check too. Yeah,
So I shouldn't go up there and
You
talk
should
to
not
them?
even look at it.
you had advantage, I think, there actually.
Oh, thank God. 18.
We need to get your magnifying glass.
It's the green
Yeah,
one.
Better
I mean,
glasses.
So I think your
Give me your-
impression
That's a better for me.
might be different. Yeah, they're bird humanoid
Things.
things.
Okay.
They live pretty far, you think, north of, like, you live in the hills. They're in, like, the mountains proper
Oh, way
that
out.
are north of where you are. Whereas probably impassable to, like you couldn't walk
Yeah.
to where they live is the impression you. I don't think you see them as standoffish, right? Like they're not stopping by the monastery.
That's fine.
So, but yeah, I think your info from where you're from is probably more geographical, whereas yours is probably more stories and impression. Yeah. Man, I'm good at using your classes.
You don't.
That is fascinating.
Don't look at them. Don't look at
Let's
them.
see how
Oh.
high.
You can't throw that far.
Please don't.
No, they are hot. I mean, they're not right above the buildings, right? They are up there.
They're real loud for it to be that loud. They're that high up.
There only seemed to be one giving one screech, and it was
Damn.
booming.
That's like.
So do we see in the inn,
We're heading to the center of town first.
which is
They
should be
try
right there.
Fen.
Which should be there? Yes, it should be right around there.
But the inn may not be. This is a big place.
There might
And
be
the
more-
hotel.
There should be more than one.
The inn could.
The hotel.
The inn could be
Motel?
anywhere.
The resort. The Holiday
Holiday
Inn.
Inn.
Hotel, motel.
Is that what this is
Holiday.
called? The Holiday
Yes.
Inn.
Yes,
Yes.
I thought it was called.
sponsored
Roll
by.
for Hard Rock Cafe.
I'm pretty sure it was called Inn.
Nope,
I'm fairly
50%
certain.
on
Does
it.
it have a red roof?
No.
Okay.
The red roof.
It's called
So
Nova.
it's not the red roof inn.
It was made of stone.
Let's keep going. Well, let's ask somebody around here.
We
Fine,
can just go to the giant tower in the middle of the town.
like we've done in every town.
We're not going to sleep in the Kai Fen if that's what you're saying.
Why not?
What?
I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
That was a
terrible-
terrible joke.
Just came to town.
Hi.
Is that a goblin?
It is a small goblin.
Yes.
I'm not. I don't like.
And it looks like he has, at some point, has like had like a chunk taken out of his ear, right? Like the end is there, but there's a chunk.
Hello, goblin.
And he's like got like air hair coming out, and he comes over with a bit of a limp. Maybe I can be of assistance.
You absolutely can be. Yes.
Where is the inn?
Oh, so you're looking for a place to stay? I can help you with that.
What's your name?
Not
Lift.
many teeth. Right? They call me
Lift, please.
what?
Lift.
Lift.
Oh yeah.
Like Uber.
Lift takes us to the inn.
Lift up.
They call me Lift. Yes.
I see. What?
Can you take us to the inn?
I could do that. Sure.
Well, how many are there?
Well, there's plenty, but you want a good one.
Yes.
You want a good one. I know the good ones.
Do they have good drinks?
Yes. They'll have dwarven mead from the north. They'll have sweet drinks made by the monks. They'll have a go-grow made by the rivers.
You did not tell us your people made these sweet drinks.
I never did.
What do you do, Ben? You don't do anything.
I learned.
You learned what? To be frustrated.
Forget it all?
I'm gonna try to do that dance that I saw in my vision.
Sure.
For the
Yeah, do a performance, athletics, acrobatics. Man, take your pick.
Okay, I need a little more being on one foot at a time because I would try
10.
and triple a mage hand. See if I can
It's
grab
in the
it.
middle of the road. It seems. I mean, you're doing it. You feel good about it, but to others, it probably seems more weird than impressive that you're just decided to be doing.
Like
To do the Macarena.
like just some guy on the bus at 11:30 at night.
I learned.
So, I think
Balance.
there for 6 of you, just 2 points. I could bring you to the
2 points! You are paying me for this.
Absolutely.
You're not in the small towns anymore. This is the big city, folks.
We could walk for a little and find it. Thank you.
This
very
is
much.
fine. You don't know where you could end up.
Well,
Is there something else you need to find?
let us see
I
the
could
place.
show you anywhere around.
Let us
No.
see. So to stay at the place would be 2 points.
No, for him, and then we pay more on top of that.
That's
And
insanity.
find it.
Well, if it's a little too steep for you, I might be able to give you a discount. The sun is going down. This may be the last thing I do before I take my evening sleep.
will not give you
And where do
that.
you stay? And where do you stay?
I will not give this man a point.
I will put an
Not
arrow
even a
between
point!
his eyes.
And where do you?
You asked me for help.
And
No,
where do
I
you stay,
don't.
Lift? Where do you stay?
in my home.
Let's stay at his home.
Where's your home?
For a point.
For a point.
That's not how this works.
Or
Let us stay at your
I'll
home.
get the
For a
first
point.
price down.
No.
You don't want to stay at the goblin's house.
If we give you a point, will you take us and give us half a point back?
What are you?
He's an infant. He doesn't know any better.
What happened to your face?
It's a lot of questions.
You all look dirty.
Information isn't
I'll
free.
be fine.
I will tell you what happened to my face if
Yes?
you take us to
Yes?
the inn for free.
Takashi.
I don't care that much.
Then fine, you don't get the information.
All right, don't get eaten by the birds.
Okay.
We should be saying that to you. You
I'm just fine. I've been here quite a while. I'm doing fine.
What do you mean, eaten by the birds?
What's your
Information isn't free.
Yes, haha.
Like I said, I don't like goblins. We should just.
Well, if
You
there's
don't like goblins?
No.
Why?
He is a gentleman.
That's right.
What has he done that's so bad?
Not him. I'm just lumping him in with all the other goblins I've met.
He just wants the monies.
He
wants all the
They're
points.
very
Well,
greedy.
you see, he did say that there's many inns in town.
Yeah.
So
Whether
we
we
can
get,
find them.
we could get a shit one. Regardless, as long as we're safe.
We just need a place to stay that does not
You
matter.
could go to the inn where they lump you in with the hungry boars and then get devoured.
You could just speak with a nice tiefling and they'll be polite and give us directions.
I'm more polite than anyone you're gonna find in this city.
Let's leave this man. He is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy!
Bye.
Fine!
He asked for 2
Just
points
kind of like
for
lifts away.
directions.
Lifts away.
He could've.
Limps away.
He seemed very nice and helpful.
You're a buffoon.
He was trying to take
You
advantage.
called me these names. I don't understand.
It's-
He
it's,
was going to take advantage.
It's
of us.
infernal.
It's just a
Baron, let me explain.
helpful.
A point is worth more than you think it is.
It's worth more than your life.
It's worth more than. It's worth 0 to me.
No, it's not worth
It shouldn't.
nothing or more than your life. It's just worth more than you believe it is.
I believe you.
So, for this goblin to ask for a point just to show us where it is not.
He's just trying to.
He asked for 2 points. This is double the crazy price.
2 points could buy you a week, 2 weeks at an inn and dinner and drinks throughout. Don't go through the world being taken advantage of here. That's all I'm saying.
Buddy teaches you a lesson that I have been trying to teach you.
That's like the nicest.
And you
thing
listen
she's
to
ever
her.
said to you.
That is.
You do not listen to me, but you
I,
listen to her.
I just appreciate what she said.
Oh, but
No,
you
she
don't
said-
appreciate what I say when I tell you don't spend, don't give you a point.
You yell at me.
I do yell
Call
at
me
you
names.
because it's ridiculous that you do these things.
It's also ridiculous that you put so much worth in a piece of metal.
Buddy just tells you what to do with your points.
Okay, so you guys are looking for an inn.
Yes. Yes.
Who's looking? Who's
I'm
leading the
looking.
charge?
I'm looking.
All right, 2 people can roll, or 1 person can roll advantage. It looks like 2 people want to
You
roll.
want?
Go
Okay,
for
hang
it.
on, hang on. You can roll an advantage.
Good.
Oh god. Oh god.
The dice
Oh
are scary.
god.
That's too wobbly.
10.
It hit the pen.
Hit the freaking pen.
Why is it
All
not-
get eaten by a bird. No.
Fuck.
Not on my watch.
So yeah, you all walk for a while, and it is dark at this point. Though the town is prettily lit up, right? More than like just the random torches or candles in windows. Many windows have candles in them. Streets have torches. People walk with lanterns through the town. The town is not asleep now that the sun has gone down, and you get towards the center. Excuse me. The Kai-Fen, still this tall tower made of strange white wood, looking a bit rickety, though standing tall. Looks just the same as it has in all the other towns. With the cobblestone making a circle around it, and dirt, not cobbled, about 15 feet from the Kai-Fen. People seem to kind of use that as the berth. You give the Kai-Fen, right? And they're walking, even maybe giving a couple feet of cobblestone before they walk towards the edges, as they mill around this rather busy city center.
I gesture towards what, at this point, I assume is the god's house. I say, so I assume some horrible monster lives in there.
I don't know.
Yeah, rather nice looking 2-story building. But you do notice that while you're looking, not to cut you off, I'll let you go in a sec. But because what you're looking for is an inn, and usually towards the city center is where you find one. This city seems to have other important officials, other important buildings. None of them are labeled that happen to be around the city center, and you don't see any inns in
You said there's a city officials?
I mean, you don't know what, right? But there are other bigger, nicer looking buildings towards the center of the city. You don't know who lives them or what purposes these
But
buildings
there's
serve.
individuals walking around, yes.
Sure, yeah.
I'll walk up to any particular tiefling that does not look like, that looks like he can speak with a certain level of intelligence, and I'll just ask them.
Hello. It's a bit of an older woman.
Good evening.
Yes.
I am with a group of, we're traveling, we're heading north to the monastery, and we need a place to stay for the evening.
You're heading north from here.
Yes, north from here.
Seems dangerous.
It is, but we make our way. We just need a place to stay.
strapping young lad.
Oh, thank you.
Heading
I
off
appreciate
into danger.
it. Always. Danger is always there. I prefer to make it my own choice.
Perhaps you could help me. I have these bags are rather heavy. Could you help me?
How about in exchange you tell me where an inn is, and I will absolutely help you.
Oh, that sounds fine. I would be happy to direct you.
I assist with the bags.
Okay, perfect. So she starts walking with you, and she kind of like takes your arms, and she hands you these bags that are a little bit heavy. You're pretty impressed that she was carrying it, because she seems rather thin and older, and she kind of holds onto your arm as you're walking. She says, is this your first time in Chalnagar?
It is. I've never been up by here. I'm from Delbas.
Oh, Dalbaz, I hear it's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, this is, a nice town here. Folks are kind, pretty diverse. There are the goblins and the dwarves coming from the hills.
Very progressive.
Oh, I don't know what that means. We have our a bank here that takes care of most of the financial needs of the city. Fairly large citizens.
How far is your home?
Oh, it's a ways. We can keep going. What are the rest of you doing? Because she's walking him.
Following,
Okay.
but like 30 feet back.
Sure. Yeah. I was born here just as a young girl, and when I
That's typically how you're born, yes.
yeah, and when I you don't get snotty, young man, and
Keep
when
on the lookout if anyone else is like coming either with us or walking towards any group.
That's what I would say in real life.
I distrust the old woman.
sure, roll a perception check. Oh yes, because when I was a girl, everything looks fine.
11.
Everything looks fine. Did he really roll? Did he make it up?
Who knows?
Oh, I thought about being a banker myself. I was pretty good with numbers, but as it turns out, I ended up being a clerk, and I'm quite good at that as well. Yes, I can.
What is your name anyway?
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
I don't trust this old woman.
What is your name anyway?
She says it. My name is Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn, my name is Inda.
Inda. Oh, that's a nice name. I knew an Inda back in my younger days, I think. Oh, strapping young lad. You guys are walking for a while. She takes you from here eastward as you're walking and talking and kind of like going through towns. And she's walking rather quickly. She's not taking her time. And it's about 20 minutes. And then she gets to a rather respectable, though small house, right? Kind of like 2-story, but it seems very narrow, almost like condo-ish in its setup, right? Set up between a couple other buildings. Well, this is me. Thank you, young man, for carrying my bags.
Of course, Gwendolyn.
She takes them from you. And she says, well, have a lovely evening.
Where shall I find the inn?
Oh, an inn? Well, we passed one about 10 minutes back that way. If you continue along the road the way we came for approximately 10 minutes, and you take a right over that way, there's a lovely inn run by my good friend. Name is Ardor. And
Ardor.
yes, Ardor. It's a bit of a strange name, I will say. I've never heard it before. It's a nice place, a good place to go and have a small pastry and a hot beverage on a cool evening. Usually they have a good amount of vacancies, and it should be just lovely, I believe, this time of evening. But good evening, I must go inside now.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I take note of where she lives.
Sure.
Are we going now?
Yes, let's go.
Where's the inn?
10 minutes that way.
Oh.
You guys didn't want to pay up, so we gotta do what we gotta do, okay?
Roll survival check.
So for what? For what? 10 minutes?
Sure.
5?
Yeah. I mean, so you walk for 10, but she kind of gave you directions to go off to another road. You can't find this place she's talking about.
Okay. Like even though we passed it.
She
Going
didn't
back
actually
the same
pass it.
direction?
She said, oh, you pass, but like you go about 10 minutes, and then you turn off to this other road, and yada yada. You can't find it.
Exciting.
Okay. It's getting late.
We can find somebody else.
We can pay someone.
You do not get it, Ben. We're not paying somebody for this.
As you're keeping an eye out, since you rolled the perception check earlier, around the corner, tall and thin, and head drooped down to talk to a tiefling. Next to them is a bird person. White feathers with some gray, and like this bright yellow beak. as he's leaning down to talk. And you watch as they're talking about not being able to find this place as he just comes around the corner. Not paying much mind, but noticeable as he comes around.
Whoa.
Buddy, look at the bird person.
I know.
Why don't we ask them where the inn is?
I don't. In this
I would not advise even seeing it. Don't look at it.
It's just talking to that man.
Okay. What do I know?
Fine, don't.
I could go ask him.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Why are you so afraid?
Listen, we all have our hang-ups, okay?
What do you mean by this?
So Baron, you approach.
Yes.
Okay. So this
I'm glad I have all Burns' money.
this bird person is wearing what is appears to be armor, though it's a bit strange, probably very lightweight.
We can
Berries.
Whereas the tiefling that he is with is rather well dressed, right? Earrings in his ears and his horns themselves, these large, almost like devil look. You know what I mean? Like the devil. As you would imagine, these big horns sticking up, also pierced with rings that jangle. And as you approach, they turn to you and the.
Hello.
No.
I'm just looking for an inn. Would you happen to know where it is?
And he looks down at his companion. I don't happen to know where any inns are in this area. Would you?
What am I? Is that first?
No, he said, would you?
Oh, would I? No.
No, like asking
Oh,
his
okay.
companion.
Sorry,
and
my
he's-
apologies.
go back.
Bigger
to
thumbs.
bed.
I'm doing that thing where I
Back to
talk to
sleep, man.
myself because
Gotcha.
I don't know. I'm sorry, sir. We have a place to stay. We're not renting a room for the evening. I'm not sure exactly where you could go around these parts to find a place.
The woman said the pastry. There is a pastry and a hot beverage.
The gentleman who runs his name is Arter.
Artis. Yes, Arthur.
I'm so sorry. I'm not from Chandnagar myself.
Where are you from?
Further south.
Dalbas.
No. I am from Russrill. Down that way.
Is this the Birdman talking or the?
No, that is the.
I've heard of Rossville. I've heard of it. It's pretty far down there, though.
Yeah, it's a ways. I traveled up here.
What
I'm
brings
sort
you
of,
all
I'm
the
sort
way
of
to
still like around the
Chandnagar?
corner.
Well, you can't meet such any gestures to his friend. Interesting folk, unless you're willing to travel.
I'm sort of around the corner still. Just
I'm sorry I haven't been able to be of more assistance to you.
This is
No, I
fine.
appreciate your help. Thank you.
I do so hope you find your way.
Thank you. Me too.
So he, starts to continue along his way. The tiefling gentleman kind of takes an extra second to look over the lot of you and kind of almost like touches where his hat would be, though he's not wearing one, and then also continues on.
That is a strange man.
Yeah.
The tiefling, not the bird.
Both of them.
The bird turns around and kind of like cocks its head and turns around. Walks back over towards you. I'm sorry, I'm not a bird.
Oh, I did not mean any disrespect.
We are called Arakokra in your language.
I will. Arakokra.
Katakokra, yes, that's what he is.
I see. You travel a long way to come here.
Not so far. And you do not need to follow roads.
This is true. This man, you know this man?
Which man?
The one you are with.
Yes.
He is a friend of yours?
We are acquaintances.
I see.
We are here on related business.
You and the other Icosacast.
There are a few of us. Yes.
You are all here together.
Yes. I do not believe any that were not a part of our delegation are currently here.
What is this related business? Can I ask you
Roll a
that?
persuasion check.
Nice.
19.
We are here about the construction.
Yes, we saw that. It was interesting. What are they building?
A dam to control the flow of water heading south.
Why do they do this? To stop the floods?
They believe it may help to mitigate flooding in the rainy seasons and retain water for use during the dry seasons.
What do you think of this, Buddy?
They seek to make a slave of the Shanhira. It was a fool's errand.
I tend to agree, and I am here on a mission to convince the officials of the city that they should forego these plans.
So,
However,
so you don't want them to build it?
I do not believe the Shanhira River should be gagged in this way.
I see.
What were you about to say? However, what?
Well, it seems negotiations have stalled in discussions about this. There have been individuals trying to stop the construction through more violent means. With this going on, it is not good. The officials of the city are not in the best negotiating moods. It makes it very difficult.
This man, he helps you? The tiefling man.
We simply are discussing the related consequences of building a dam. It may flow far downriver. Though Chalagar has some ideas of how it would work. And they are trying to make it more equitable.
If Chalagar does this, Buddy, that means that Dalbaz will not get water, and your tribe will not get water.
It also means that the banks around the Prakir-Kruti settlement may not flood. And the Al-Nahukos may be able to farm more of their land.
It is.
Difficult to say.
It is not about who benefits or suffers. It is about the foolhardiness of trying to master the river. The Shanhira will not be contained.
Yes, I see what you mean. Yes, you know of the Prakir-Kruti.
Our eyes see far and wide. Perhaps.
Maybe you could help us with one small thing. He lives in the hills to the north, in a monastery. How far is that from here?
From the north of the city, yeah, it's hard to gauge travel overland for me, but I think you should get there within a week.
This is very far.
It is not too close. Bingo.
I
Oh.
see.
Perhaps you would all be willing to help me in reopening negotiations.
Who do we need to speak to about this?
We can speak tomorrow at sunrise.
Where? At the cafe?
Meet me towards the center of town. Yes.
Okay. We should do this. If you want your Shanhira to be preserved.
Shanhira will be preserved. Do not worry about that.
We should always worry. Raketekrut is not lenient or lackadaisical in his defense of Sylvaticus, nor can we take a, I can't say take a back seat, I don't know what a back seat is. Nor can
There's
we
no backseats in carts?
stop our vigilance.
If they built this dam, my people would destroy it.
It is possible. We have also thought of that. But meet me tomorrow.
We don't want this warfare over the
My
dam.
friend is waiting.
No,
Where
Fine.
would you like us to meet?
he told us.
In the
Center.
center,
Center
of
of
the city.
town.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
I speak very using my voice the way that you use yours can be taxing, and I have used it quite a bit lately. And I believe flying overhead, you mentioned a bakery.
A bakery.
Try just on the other side of this road. Tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Okay.
Turns and follows his friend, who's like leaning against a wall and just waiting. Give him the time.
See, and they're not so bad.
This man knows a lot.
He was very nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Alright, let's
This
see if
is
we can
good
find
that
this
we talked
bakery.
to him.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
the
I'm
end.
glad you talked to him. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, you guys go around. See the smoke coming out, and the sweet smells coming from it. And certainly it's not a bakery per se, but there are wonderful smells coming from this. It looks almost more like a home. And as you kind of walk up to the door and knock, I'm going to do a little bit of fast forwarding. You're all brought in to the home of Ardor. Ardor, who is a rather older gentleman. He also lives with his wife, Mindy. Yep, and you have arrived in a fantasy bed and breakfast. The upholstery on the furniture is fairly old and outdated, and it's all a little bit scratchy. But for a single point, you can get a bed for a night that comes with a fresh baked breakfast.
I just take out a point I put on the table and I just go to bed. I'm not dealing with no pleasantries this time. I'm just going to sleep.
Do we have our own rooms? Or at least our own separate space?
So there are 3 bedrooms here, and none of them are taken.
Okay.
So if you all double up,
I just go into the first one I see that's empty and go.
Sure.
I'll join Inda, and I will pray to Sazish
Sure.
before bed.
Roll a religion check.
It's a 3.
Okay.
Take one of the rooms, I guess. I have to meditate before going to sleep,
Sure.
as always.
I think with that, you all rest for the evening after a days of hard travel. And we will pick it up again next week.
Hooray!
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We have the barest hint of a mission, maybe? Imagine that. So we can pick that up
Our first quest.
You may have a second magical item,
Yeah.
but you don't know what it does.
Hey, we do. We
You
just-
do. I mean, it is. Yeah, you did find out that this nickel shaving bowl is magical.
Thimble. Big thimble.
And we will see everyone again next Monday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where the party will maybe kill everyone in this big town. Thank you very much.
Yes.